images of collections. I just saw this one. I have a visceral distaste for
Public.
Daniel Craig's era. I just do naturally.
Well, I'm glad you're not the only one. Did you see the clip of him the other day where it's like
Yes.
he was leaving the premiere for Casino Royale and he says to Barbara Broccoli, like, "Oh, how many more of these do I have to do?
When can I kill him?
4 at least." And then he's like, "Well, can I kill him off at the end?" Yeah, I guess. What a prick.
I mean,
Honestly,
it's
what an
remarkable.
ungrateful arsehole. He's always came across as like, this thespian who saw Bond as beneath him. And it's like, well, you owe your entire career to Bond, essentially, because you were kind of a nobody before that.
Yeah, meanwhile, you'll find out as well, Mel, if you do the behind the scenes stuff with these things. You do Die Another Day, Brosnan's like, I'm good to go. Let's keep going. And they're like, cool, we'll call you. And then they just fire him.
Oh no.
I can sort of see why, but I at the same time I hate what became of it after him.
I think we could have gotten one more out of him of that era, and then we could have come back. We could still come back.
He definitely wanted to. Yeah, he could still do it.
Another Day wasn't Brosnan's fault. I just think that that was the point that it got so silly that they decided they just needed to totally change tones, and they figured the best way to do that was with a new actor. But
yeah,
well, I remember.
So. And it's such a shame because they had figured out the correct tone with GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Just the right level of like
nailed it. They did bring back the GoldenEye director for Casino Royale.
They did,
which then fucking nailed it again. So what are you gonna do?
Noticing a trend here. Maybe we should bring that guy back in general to do movies.
Martin Campbell apparently does good Bond.
I remember Good Things. We just have to go back like 30 years, and then we can just watch Good Things. That's kind of what we've been doing the last couple of weeks with those Bond movies. Because, for everyone who's not involved, also, we are live, obviously. Hello, chat.
Hello.
How's it going? Hello.
What kind of fucking shitty-ass show just begins with people talking in the middle of it? Like, do you not have an intro?
Cringe.
What the fuck?
Where's my guitar riff that goes like...
I did tell you to get that going, dude.
You should have played that. You'd probably remember that meme from that guy who does like the guitar riff, but it was like, "Fuck off! I'm actually Bond, wanker." And it was like, "Bring."
I thought you were going to reference Wayne's World.
No. Oh yeah, with that one, I was just doing that, but I just remembered that one guy did the meme. I'm not actually a barber, fuckhead. I'm actually Bond. I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. And he does like the Bond chord. It's hilarious. Is this the secret open bar episode? I don't think so. But sure.
Well, is there alcohol?
Bigger, longer, uncensored.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Well, let me open up the proper website for that, and then we just have like a very short stream because it's not going to stay up for long. But yeah, this is another entry in the Bond verse where I'm going through Bond movies for the first. Am I the only one here who saw this for the first time this weekend? GoldenEye?
Well, yeah, there's like something wrong with you, right?
Might have been, yeah.
I mean, you should know this, MauLer. We've known each other for like 13 years now.
Honestly, if it were more like pertinent knowledge to me that you hadn't seen it, we would have watched it by now. I would absolutely have made you watch it by now. But
I mean, we find something to watch like every year, so
yeah,
there's nothing to do.
Out of curiosity, like who here has seen all of the Bond movies?
I have.
I'm pretty sure I have. My dad put me through all of them in a row when I was really young.
Yeah.
I saw the original Casino Royale and Never Say Never Again, even. The two that don't really count.
Yeah. That was a pure cash grab for Connery.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just let's remake
the man did not give a fuck at any point during that film.
Meta hasn't seen Buffy and Angel. I'm sure he's actually MauLer's friend. That is all MauLer's fault.
No, we're delaying him on that. It's going to be special.
I'm still convinced that's not even the real show. It's all just a big psyop to prank me. And it's like,
what's the prank? What would be the point?
I don't know.
Just annoy you? Would I ever do that to you?
Almost a prank on me. All the time. When Buffy comes up, I got to worry about accidentally spoiling something.
So funny on random streams. You just someone asked like a super chat with like a Buffy quiz, like, Mel, you got to mute for like 5 minutes.
No, there's like a huge Buffy spoil. Unfortunately, Buffy's very spoilable in the sense that there's loads of major things that happen that are easy to translate quickly in I Am Your Father style. and it's like, ah, fuck. But it was funny because when Jay was watching it, encountered like possibly the biggest spoiler just in the most random. It was like a thread about Patrick Willems on Twitter. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
what? And I was like, oh, that sucks.
What a way to get spoiled. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'm sure I'll watch it eventually in my lifetime.
It shows.
But yeah, these have been fun to watch through. We did License to Kill, From Russia with Love, The Spy Who Loved Me, and now we're doing GoldenEye, of course. So yeah, we just do like some sample sizes from the different eras. And
I still feel very sad I wasn't able to make The Spy Who Loved Me recording session because I really wanted to do that one.
yeah.
And then scheduling got in the way, so my apologies.
Oh, it's all good. Shit happens. But yeah, this have been very entertaining movies. I like them. I mean, so far it's just like, man, there's just. I feel like at some point they found out their little way they want to do these movies. Like, we want these thriller spy movies with action and having Bond being charming and do his spy stuff. And here you go. That's what you get.
I mean, it is fascinating to trace how Bond as movies have their own evolution and like pull away, pull back, and then the tonal balance is a major one, right? Just how everyone always identifies them almost on a little chart of stats of they push the goofiness with this one, they push the seriousness with this one.
It was kind of defined to some extent by the era that they were in, like the decade, because you had the relatively grounded Connery ones, at least initially. They started to get more fantastical as they went on. Then when you went into the Roger Moore era, it was the very sort of campy 1970s vibe, and all of the good and bad that came with that. Then you got that short-lived Timothy Dalton era where it was much more serious. Like, I think they were they came at the tail end of that 80s action period, so to some extent they felt a little bit more like action thrillers rather than Bond movies. And I think the tonal whiplash.
Yeah,
the sort of tonal whiplash.
License to Kill felt like, oh, action movies are really popular right now. How do we do this with Bond? And then they did that. It's like, yeah, this is my revenge now. Goodbye.
License to Kill, I really like, actually. It's
I like it.
brutal in a lot of ways.
Well, I noticed too because I rewatched both the Dalton movies last week, and both of the Dalton movies that were made in the 80s involve Bond taking down drug deals of some kind. It's like opium in Afghanistan and Living Daylights, and then the Colombian cocaine stuff and License to Kill.
Yeah.
Winners say no to drugs.
Moving on to the Brosnan era, you had the challenge of, well, how do we move past the Cold War, which is now ended? Like, what's Bond's place in it even going to be? And there had been that big hiatus between movies as well, because there was all kinds of legal disputes at MGM, I think.
Oh, okay.
In order to get, that's why there was no more Timothy Dalton movies, because by the time they got all the legal things sorted out, he felt like he was too old to carry on playing Bond, and they wanted him for like 3 more movies to reestablish him, and he just said, "Nah, I can't commit to that." Hence, they had to find a new actor.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It was a complication, right? Because Brosnan was Remington Steele at the time.
No, not at the time.
When they first saw him.
Yeah, well, he was going to be in Timothy Dalton's role back in The Living Daylights, sort of late 80s. He was doing Remington Steele, which was going to get cancelled at the time, but the buzz around him being cast as Bond, or potentially being cast, revived the show's popularity to such an extent that it got renewed for another season. So he was fucking contractually locked into it and stuck. But it's all right. He bided his time. And to be fair, I think it probably worked out for the best, because he maybe would have been a bit too young and a bit too fresh-faced to be playing Bond in the late 80s. He needed a few more years to be a bit more seasoned.
Needs to get a bit more goopy face, old face.
Goopy face.
Not quite Roger Moore,
Right.
Like very much like a geriatric by the end.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, even though Bond being a little bit more weathered does have some importance to it that Metal and I discussed and actually John discussed during the First Light stream, talking about Bond being a fresh-faced airman instead of a Navy commander, which is like
why bring that up?
It'll come up once or twice, I'm sure. guaranteed just by my notes.
And I guess like it in regards to his age, you wouldn't be a commander in the Navy if you're like super young. Like that's a
Yeah.
rank that takes some time to get to.
I think that's the problem they set for themselves, because with the books you can just have them like time locked forever, but with actual actors, Bond should really be about 40 years old, right? With that sort of experience, but still physically like very capable. But the
It's
problem is
also a
actors can
nightmare.
only stay like that for so long. That's
Like,
what they keep running into.
To retire one Bond and bring in a new one is a fucking nightmare in and of itself, just like with anything. But with this, like, you gotta be so careful, and it's crazy. You end up with something that's like, yeah, okay, I'm on board completely. Because it reminds me of Doctor Who, where it's like, this is a really good built-in system that you should not fuck with, like in the sense that like murdering him definitively, like that would be a very bad
Exactly.
idea.
It was always like the classic, just don't think about it too much.
Yeah,
It's like, he looks a bit different now, but he's kind of still the same character, and he's got that kind of loose chronology that follows all the different eras of Bond. That's fine. Don't think about it too much.
Some actors carry over in roles like Q and M and Moneypenny.
Sure, yeah.
And some plot points will be referred to from previous movies, even if they were movies played by previous actors. But in general, it's just like, no, this is Bond. It's fine. It's a new guy, same guy though, same character.
So it did not help Craig's era that you lose Q going all the way back to what was his first appearance? Was it From Russia with Love? Desmond Llewellyn?
I think so. Yeah,
I mean, that's
it was
why
the
I saw him
early
first, at least.
Connery movies. Yeah,
It's like, good God, what a spine of all those Bond films up to World Is Not Enough, I think, is his last appearance.
yeah, and then he got replaced with John Cleese, I think, who was just full on comedy.
Yeah,
goofy.
Not as good, but I was fine with him. I just remember then you get modern Q, and it's like,
First Light Q.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Useless.
I hate modern Qs.
Yeah.
Vacuum.
Everything
the
bad
modern
comes up on
Bond
battle
era.
streams now. Remember Mixtape? Remember The Last of Us 2? Stop it!
Oh yeah.
No!
And if you mention mixtape in a super chat, we'll add that to the make Marc play mixtape goal. Which, a little document. If we get to 400, I'll play it.
Brutal.
He's done it.
But Cleese said I think they even did kind of Desmond Llewellyn the courtesy of Q. John Cleese played R, not Q, so they kind of left it so that Q was still.
I wouldn't have any issue because Q was always somewhat of a designation, right? Because Q branch and all that sort of stuff. It's fine with me, especially in the world of Bond. It's just that it's an understated performance, I think, from Desmond Llewellyn to the point of not realizing just how important it is that you nail it. And the reason this is important to bring up is that my favorite Q scene is in GoldenEye, and it is a masterclass of pacing, which is the whole movie is, to be fair.
I fucking love the Q scene in here. It's amazing.
It's just they couldn't have made it tighter. They couldn't have achieved more with the time they had. It's just, in a way, I don't even know how they did it.
It's just about 2 minutes long. It's like really short.
Yeah.
When I got back there, I was like, oh, this is like at least like 5-6 minutes. Like, oh no, it's over already. Damn.
Yep.
This rules.
He never stays. He always makes you want more Q in this franchise, and it's just the way it should be.
Yeah.
I think it's a miracle it came together the way it did. Like, after having so much time pass since the last Dalton movie, you got a new Bond. The political international landscape had changed with the USSR dissolving, and that heavily influences the film on like a thematic level, which is really cool.
I think it was a really good idea to play into that, and that slight question of like, well, are these gentlemen spies really needed anymore, or are they just like relics of the Cold War, and kind of irrelevant? And like the Soviets now are not the enemies, but you've got a lot of the successors from that regime that are still hanging around. Like, they're no longer necessarily soldiers, but like they're gangsters or oligarchs, or like, what's this new world that they're all navigating? And it's all very interesting stuff.
The movie felt like such a cultural force on top of just being a peak 90s movie. Like, you had all these, like, you had the introduction of M in this one, and Judi Dench is one of the best ingredients that was ever added to this franchise, I think. And you had the video game tie-in, like GoldenEye 007 for N64 is still considered one of the GOATs for first-person shooters.
I think the work with M was excellent because again, it moved Bond forward slightly and acknowledged like, yeah, okay, this like hard drinking, womanizing, 1960s man is a little bit out of step with the modern world. So it's like she's there to rein him in a little bit, but at the same time, he never gets like humiliated by her. He kind of gives as good as he gets a lot of the
Oh,
time.
they
And that
lock
first,
horns all the time, and I find it very engaging. And I think it was a deliberate choice to be like, is it more interesting to just have it so that he and M definitively disagree, but also have to tolerate and respect each other
Yeah.
about like a lot of different things? And I just think it worked out well. And obviously, she's a great actress, so it helps out.
I think it's actually
quite a
my
bit.
favorite scene in the movie when they talk to each other one on one in her office. I really really like that scene.
There are so many scenes in this film that simultaneously have to be good in and of themselves for story, but also have like this huge weight on the meta of
Yeah.
like, we got everyone watching us. We have to prove we can be the next Bond. So like, we
Yeah.
got to get all this stuff done, and yeah, there just feels like there's a lot of very self-aware lines in it that
Yeah.
make it.
And
Very
we talked about
entertaining.
this briefly in the M's. Like, hey, because you says like, oh, you could could make like a full season of television out of this movie. And when I went
Yeah.
through it again, I was like, holy shit, yeah, you can do like a full episode of this, and just like that conversation between the two. Like, you can front load that with much more stuff where you maybe see her operate MI6 and what he's up to, and them locking horns more. That's like just one of the things you can do many things with. It's very dense.
I think
I
when you talk
honestly
just
didn't. I was just gonna say I didn't even remember her only pretty much being in one scene in this movie. I remembered her being in this movie much more than she was. Like, when I rewatched it, I was like, man, she made a big impact in that one
Yeah.
scene, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Yeah.
a mainstay of this era as well. Obviously, she moves into the Craig era, which gets her swan song then as well.
Mhm.
The thing about it is, GoldenEye is just, and it's unfortunate because I think it almost, in some ways, hear me out, gets a little underrated because of its place within Bond. This is just a great film, like anyway.
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
this is the
it's
first
really
film you've
good.
watched of the Bond and didn't know anything about it, because it might be like my one of my top picks, or at least top like 5 for best pacing in a film ever. This is a long movie, like to an extent.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
action films, well, it's like an hour and a half, hour 40, hour 50 for a lot of action. This is 2 hour 10. You don't. The reason why I want to bring it up is just because like they stuff it full, and you just don't feel it at all.
Yeah.
The amount of
yeah,
things that happen in this movie is fucking insane for the timeline.
I felt
There's a
the
lot of
other
plot
ones I've
points.
watched so far, they could have easily been like 15 minutes less shorter
I
in
think
runtime.
yeah, some Bonds can suffer a bit from slowing down a little too much.
Yeah, well, this one was
Um,
like, oh shit, I'm like over an hour through already. Damn. That's
I think as
just
well,
gone.
like there's such a step up as well in terms of the quality of the set pieces. There is some phenomenal action sequences in this, and the movie fits. Like there's several of them throughout the film, just to give you that big high point, and then there's a little bit of a slowing down afterwards. I mean, the tank chase through
Yeah.
Moscow is
It's
just
so fun.
incredible to watch.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah. It's a very well put together film. I mean, they went in with a finished script, which, I mean, the amount of productions that I
Psychotic.
hear about these days where they go in without a finished script is just laughable and embarrassing.
Product of a
And they storyboarded every shot. They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Martin Campbell knew, like, he had a first, second, and third unit, and he knew like everything that they were going to be responsible for. And yeah, very very well crafted.
It's so
As you
funny if
say,
you would say
there
that
was-
to someone without context of today's, how they make movies today. You're like, yeah, so they made a movie. What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, they just don't do this anymore. They just throw shit at the wall. It's like, we'll fix it in post, maybe.
As you said earlier, though, there was a lot resting on this in terms of the future of the franchise. Because when I was looking at the box office here, License to Kill, right, which had been 6 years previous, that had only made 156 million globally, right? That was one of the lowest turnouts of any of the Bond movies. And so, if this had flopped, that conceivably could have been the end. That could have been
Yeah, that's
enough
fair.
for them to say, yeah, like Bond's had his time. People just aren't interested in it anymore. Time to retire the character and the franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky they
Quite
didn't.
sad if they did.
I mean, yeah, we got a lot of movies after this. still.
I mean, it would be crazy to have flubbed a movie so bad like Bond that we end up in a stasis or some kind of fucking dormancy where they don't know what to do with him indefinitely, and they've taken so long now that people almost don't even want him to come back. Wouldn't that be crazy if that
That'd be
happened?
crazy, MauLer. Yeah, can't see that happening.
I think I was aware of Bond for a long time because, you know, my parents would show me the old movies, but I didn't really start getting invested in Bond until GoldenEye. And I think that was partly due to the video game coming out. I think that pulled in a whole new younger audience, you know, who were just like, what's this Bond thing? Let's check the rest of this out.
Yeah. That's kind of
Yeah, I
funny
think
because the reason we started checking out these movies was because First Light came out. And I was like, I want to go through old Bond movies anyway, so we just do like two blocks each of like Bond movies recently, and it's been really fun.
Until GoldenEye had come out, I hadn't had like a current generation Bond, like, because I mean I'm probably older than a lot of you guys, but like I was born in the 80s, but I don't really remember it, so I kind of grew up in the early 90s, and so that was that gap between Bonds, and so I always looked at Bond as being like something from my parents' generation. Like it would be on TV quite often, so I'd watch it, but like I never saw it as mine. And it wasn't until GoldenEye came out where it's like, oh, okay, like this is the Bond for like my generation now. We've got one, and that's when it really brought it up to date for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would catch catch bits and pieces of them on like the TBS Superstation runs that they used to do of all the movies.
I watched all the Bond movies with my dad, like prior to GoldenEye coming out, but GoldenEye was the first one I ever saw in a theater, and I remember it being pretty special to me for that reason.
I think I've only watched the like modern Craig ones when they came out back in the day, and then I never thought about Bond again. So not really a big impact those movies on me. It's just
when I brought up the older Bond movies and Metal was like, I've only seen the Craig ones. I was like, okay, here's what I think we can do. We can watch one. And
I would argue that even the crappiest of the old ones has a charm to it that the Craig era doesn't have. You know, there's something there to like, you could probably just watch it for like how goofy it is or whatever, and there's fun to be had. You can tell they had fun making it usually.
I just feels like what identifies the Craig era more than anything is misery. No, that's just not at all what I want for Bond.
Yeah, I think if we eventually do a Craig movie, it's gonna be tough. From what I've been
Casino
hearing.
Royale will be fine. You'll be.
That's the one I remember watching and liking. And I probably watched Quantum of Solace at some point, but I don't even know what that movie is about. Is that the one where they hit us balls?
I've seen it.
No,
that's Casino Royale.
The other one.
Oh, okay. I like how that's what I remember.
I suspect I probably have the warmest opinion of the Craig movies overall out of us here, but I do agree that it is perhaps too much focused on the character's turmoil. Whereas, you know, like Pierce Brosnan he's very good at emoting pain and intensity just under the surface. I think Timothy Dalton was particularly good at that as well. So Pierce just hit the right balance, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty clear that we're all pretty high on this movie. So this is going to be a fun one to go through.
This movie had all the right ingredients that you need for a Bond movie and did them all exceptionally well, or at least memorable. Like Xenia is almost like too much, but it still works. So
Famke Janssen definitely went for it with that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of my favorite formatting for the Bond girls, though, which is one that's basically kind of on the enemy team, flips over, and then one that's just straight up bad guy. I like bad guy Bond girls as well.
Oh yeah.
Femme fatale, as they say.
Yes.
And my God.
She does like hurting people a lot.
Just
indeed.
She enjoys it a great deal.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget that scene where she's gunning people down in the control room and like having a little orgasm to herself, and like the camera just pans over to Oromov.
Yeah.
And he's just looking at her with the strangest look, like, what the fuck have I gotten into here?
Okay.
She was an interesting character for a young boy to watch with his father.
She really goes for it. She pulls it off so well. I think at some point Courtney Cox was lined up for that role. But you just can't Yeah,
she wouldn't
she's
have been able
got.
to do it.
She would have been like too. I think Courtney Cox is a fine actress, but I think she's a little mousy.
You gotta
Compared to
completely let
Famke
go
Janssen.
your,
Yeah.
let go your ego to be able to do that. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be tough.
She fucking killed it in this movie.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
One of 2 X-Men in this movie too.
Yeah.
Indeed.
What was it last time? This time it was X-Men?
Mortal
What was
Kombat actors in License to Kill, it was Katana and Shang Tsung.
it? Right.
You got
Where I kept calling him Shang-Chi for some reason now. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Well, I guess we could just jump right in. I guess we just kind of naturally did the blurbs, which would have been fun to do. But I think we did that already, so we're good to go.
Sure.
And we start with the, I guess, which I think now, from what I've seen, is a pretty standard starting action scene. Which with this one, it's a massive fucking dam where he bungee jumps down about as he's hitting like the lowest point, he uses his hook, shoots it at the floor, gets himself down, starts lasering the hatch, and gets inside the Evilman facility. Those damn Russians. I get him this time.
We did there. Damn them.
Damn, yeah. That damn.
This is a sick stunt to start with.
Yeah.
You really get a sense the camera tilting along with him falling is done so well. It really gives you a sense of vertigo watching it.
Well, that was a real jump, a real bungee jump that they did
Yeah.
for that, which is pretty impressive. Apparently, it was quite dangerous as well.
For a
which,
second, I was
again,
like, did I accidentally start a Mission Impossible movie? Like, is this Tom Cruise?
it is because there's a real art to doing those like Bond mini adventures to kick the film off. They're such a great idea, just this amazing action sequence that's really fun, and it's like a self-contained movie in its own right, and then it bleeds into the title sequence. Just every time establishing like this guy is a fucking badass and he's awesome and he does lots of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And in this case, really well establishes what's going to happen later, the villain, the stakes, all of this, and the transition away from the Cold War as well, which is all very cool.
Bond always had a great formula to it, like opening sequence and then him going back to the offices, and you have your exchange with Moneypenny and meet the people at the office, and then they're going around Q's lab and checking out all his wacky inventions. Like you knew there was all these beats you could look forward to, and it never got old.
Good stuff. And we immediately get hit with the Bond charm because he's kind of like rappelling down from the vent into the toilet. The guy's just looking at at his newspaper or whatever it is, and just like puts it down, and he's just hanging there upside down. Sorry, forgot to knock, and just knocks him out. It's just immediately in. I was like, yeah, dude, this is gonna rule. He makes his way through the facility, and he gets greeted by some other bad Russian. Or is it? No, it's not a bad Russian. It's just Sean Bean. Lucky him. It's 006, which
Alec Trevelyan.
Alec Trevelyan, yeah.
What a great character in this movie.
Yeah.
The dialogue, because he says, "I'm alone," right? Like the implication being that he's doing this to make like Alec is doing it as a sort of in case he's been captured. He can play in as one of the bad guys and then save him. And I'm guessing that's the idea. Because of course, he'd be like, I'm assuming that this is a script trying to account for like, how is Alec this retarded? But it's more so he's doing this as a sort of, I've got you in case Bond is currently under, he's been captured or caught in any way.
It's actually quite an unusual thing in the Bond franchise to see any of the other 00 agents. They very rarely make appearances throughout the series, and usually it'll be like one of them gets assassinated, and then Bond has to try and figure out what happened to him.
Yeah.
So,
and here we even
to watch two of them.
Get a little team up, even. It's really fun.
Yeah, to watch two of them working together. I mean, yeah, it's like this must be a pretty serious mission if it's a 200 job.
Well, this is Sean Bean, so people are like, "Oh, so who's gonna die?" It's like, dude, this is a great film. So he dies twice.
He dies twice. Sean, I have a proposal. It's like, yeah, okay, you're gonna be in the Bond movie. All right, cool. You're gonna die in the beginning, of course, yeah, sure. But you're gonna come back. It's like, whoa, what? and then you'll die again. Oh my god, I'm in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Son of a bitch, I'm in. Well, yeah, they're basically here to just blow up the facility because it does evil things, I guess. I don't think we actually get the reason why they need to blow it up. It's just an evil Russian base that needs blown up, and there's lots of gas tanks or something. So it's going to be easy to blow up.
It's a chemical weapons facility, I think, although it seems to be filled with gasoline, like you say. So
Yeah.
not quite sure what the rationale is there, but
It's the evil base. It needs to be done.
yeah. And again, with Bond, it was very rare that he would like take action against the Soviets as a power, right? The Soviets were usually like, you know, either a neutral faction or like sometimes you would have to work with one of their agents. So
Right.
to have a mission that's directly like, nope, we're going into an actual sovereign facility to blow the shit out of it. Quite rare. Again, it's quite a bold move for the Bond franchise.
Yeah. So yeah, we get a nice little shootout with two Bonds versus all of Russia. What? Bond is
It's a
just
Tuesday for him.
setting the timer. It's like, oh, it's a bit of a draft. Shut the door. Just some banter in between, but it gets very quiet. And it's like, oh, what's going on? And Alec has been captured at gunpoint. And it's like, oh, don't save me, Bond. Blow this place up for England. All that good stuff. And he sets the timer from 6 to 3 minutes. And I guess he starts pretending to get closer to him. And Orov, I can't fucking pronounce it.
Ourumov.
He just ends up shooting Alec in the face.
Does he?
Or does he? And I get the thing is, I'm gonna get for you. You already said he's gonna come back, obviously, because at this point they're always like, oh, he's probably just gonna come back somehow, and he's gonna be one of the evil guys, because movies, I've watched those.
It's an interesting fake out on Uramov's part, though, because it's like they would have had to agree this between themselves beforehand. Like, okay, you pretend to shoot me, and then he's going to think I'm dead, and then we'll go from there. But it's like they probably didn't think Bond was going to escape from this one. I didn't get the impression that they wanted him to get away, so I'm not quite sure why they went through this whole ruse. But it's kind of like so the rest of the movie can happen.
Because he later says that, oh, you were supposed to die for me. So I get the feeling they expected him to, well, die here. So is the idea he didn't actually aim at his head properly and shot past him or something?
Yeah, just shot to the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was a bit confused because he shoots another guy right after. It's like, did he put like a dud in the first round and then a real one? I was just trying to figure it out, but I guess he just kind of has like a different angle or
past
something.
his head, but yeah, he's definitely blown out his eardrums too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, also, I was thinking that, like, I think the PG-13 rating, I think, helps this fake out work a bit better, because I feel like at least the soldiers around him, who I guess you could assume they were in on it, but you'd figure that even Bond would probably notice whether or not there's a whole bunch of blood, because he just shot someone point blank in the head.
Yeah.
And there wasn't in this case, obviously.
Yeah, but because Urumov points out that they shouldn't shoot in here because, well, there's a lot of gas tanks, and they're just gonna blow everything up. Bond realizes that there's a big trolley with all of gas canisters. It's kind of funny because he very slowly like pushes it to the side, and everyone's just like aiming.
There's like a little squeaky wheel as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
It's where the sound design actually kind of presents an interesting comedic joke. Like, it's almost like a little gag, and like you've got this squeaky wheel that's just like squeak.
I love that shit because it's just everyone recognizes there's nothing anyone can actually do other than maybe send some people toward him, but even that's risky because he has a gun.
Yeah.
It's just like
And it is funny when like one of the soldiers panics and like squeezes off a couple of rounds, and like Urumov just turns around and shoots him in front of everyone.
that actually kind of reminds me of like the True Lies bit with the camcorder losing its battery. It's like it's almost a little bit of dark humor in a way of because how absurd this scenario is, but it's just like squeaky wheel slowly moving across. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? It's like, well, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff. But he escapes through like a little. He jumps on a wheel. No, fuck. What do you call these?
It's like a conveyor belt.
Conveyor belts.
Conveyor-
I just forgot that word because I have a situational disability. And he shoots up some more barrels that are hanging up on the wall in like an extra cabinet or something, and they just fucking get blasted with all of those. One of the guys is trying to fly away with the plane. He tries to get to him, but they both fall out, and a fucking motorcycle crashes into the other guy. He grabs that. He goes after the plane, which goes down the ledge. He follows with a big old base jump with the bicycle or the bike, and he ends up getting into the plane, gets it up at the last time, and escapes. The thing explodes. Nice shot, and we got the intro music from Tina Turner.
Bond really went like all in with that one, didn't
Yeah.
he? Getting to the plane. He's like, fuck it, if I don't reach this in time, I might be screwed.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it counts as a base jump if you don't have a parachute. That was just like a free dive.
Yeah, true. But
I
yeah,
always liked that this was a very like aesthetically well considered movie in terms of like color palette and set design. Like the use of reds and yellows is like really strong through the whole thing. Even at the end of this sequence here, you got the plane with the red trim and the yellow explosion, and then that's the logo, right? So you red and yellow. You have the reds, sort of evoking the Soviet imagery, and this mixing that with like yellow and flames and stuff, and yeah, it's just like consistent all the way through. It's like they thought, what color should everything be? Like everything was considered. It felt like.
yeah.
I love that the sets are great. I like the whole look of the lab that they're in. The remote mines that come up later are just so iconic, and I always think about the video game when I see the remote mines too.
Yeah, they kind of look like cogs, right? With like the little things
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a classic Bond intro. A nice little mini adventure, plenty of action.
yeah. Set up some of the characters we're gonna see later as well. It's just it's good stuff.
He has cool guns, cool vehicles, cool land stuff, flying stuff, gadgets, him
Yeah.
being suave and clever, him getting out of a situation he was clearly overwhelmed with. It's like a load of boxes you got to tick about, I don't know, 70, 80% of them, and they pretty much got all of them, so.
Yep. Absolutely
And-
nailed it.
And not all of the Bond cold opens do have anything to do with the rest of the story, but this one is pretty integral to it in a couple ways. Like you're basically introduced to both of the primary antagonists. And
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It would have been.
Yeah.
It would have actually been quite cool if this had been a development site for the GoldenEye satellite or something. Now that I think about it,
Oh yeah.
because again, we were talking about like what. There's no real indication of what was actually being made there. It's like, well, that would have been a nice tie-in as well, but I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. It was just evil base, which I'm completely
Yeah.
fine with, honestly. It's just no problem at all. Well, we also need cars with Bond. So next scene is him driving very fast in a car with a lady, and like, oh, with a lady, but we
Women!
we assume she's here to evaluate him. It's like, oh shit, okay. She's not a fan of this fast driving. She's like, Bond, stop, please, James. Ah. But also, there's another hot woman. Oh my god, this movie just gets better and better. And she has a Ferrari too. Oh my god, this is just peak already, as they say. And they have a little race down the hill on the very curvy streets. And there's multiple. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Monaco, I believe it's set in. And bless
Oh,
this
right.
movie for pretending that a 1960s Aston Martin could keep
Yeah.
pace with Ferrari.
Yeah.
You're
It's
okay.
It's only because Bond
Hugh
is
Grant,
driving that one.
Hugh Grant might have been doing some of the heavy lifting, though. It's like, well, this is
Yeah.
a Bond Aston Martin.
You know what? It's not the plane, it's the pilot. Okay.
Yeah.
He's just really good.
You're gonna skip the opening theme? No, I said it's a Tina Turner GoldenEye theme. I mean, I'm not.
Great.
I don't know what else to say. I'm not good with talking about music. I mean, if anyone wants to,
The
add
Bond opening
something.
themes are great because it's an
Yeah.
excuse to have a bunch of naked women on screen. And I really miss that because it's not allowed anymore. But
Yeah.
they got away with a lot back in the day.
Yep.
Just have them kind of in silhouette, even though you can
The
see
Spy Who
everything.
Loved Me,
Great.
fucking, I think that, I don't know which Bond intro gets the closest, but that one, when I was rewatching it somewhat recently, I was like, whoa, They're just naked.
Woo!
That's great.
This is awesome. I was
This
just
is
kind of
well
fun
beyond
how
silhouettes, you know.
they do like as they do like some visual things. I think the first ones we've seen, they just had straight up. Oh, I think it was like the first one we've watched, where they had just some belly dancer do a belly dance, and they projected things onto her body. And now some more technology, and we have like we have some layers, and now we have a gun coming on the top's mouth here, and it's like ooh.
Is GoldenEye the first one with like full CG sort of shit going on? I can't remember if I read that somewhere. One of the Bonds has like
Might.
the sort of transitionary
Yeah.
period, because a lot of it have impressive practical shit throughout all of the intros. But I think this one has loads of CG now. It's like it's the new era, boys.
Because like if you're going back to 1989, there probably wouldn't be CGI as we know it. So
Hell yeah.
Although it's funny, one of the first movies that I remember having CGI that was noticeable at all was Lawnmower Man, which actually did star Pierce Brosnan.
That was the lawnmower?
No, he was the
he was the man mower.
Oh,
no,
gotcha.
he was the guy who was the protagonist to the titular Lawnmower Man antagonist.
The CGI in that was very
super goopy.
Somewhat iconic, if I remember. People making fun of it.
If there's any 3D generated graphics in this, it's probably in the title sequence, if that. I think there's definitely some green screening in this, but for the most part, it's like really well done practical effects and use of miniatures, which I think should be used way more often. I don't know why it isn't. I love miniatures in movies.
Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing a miniature like evil base explode or a spaceship or something. It just looks
miniature naked ladies as well. You should, you know, anything to get the sequence done.
But yeah, they have a big old race going on, but the evaluator lady's like, "Stop the car right now, James. I'm very panicking right now." And it's like, "Okay, here's booze. I'm also charming. Let's do sex." And they're like, "Okay."
You'd be a great Bond.
Thanks.
Here's some booze. Let's do sex.
German Bond.
The person evaluating his stability too didn't say anything about there being alcohol that's accessible from the driver's seat of his car.
Yeah.
I love the idea of him just getting pissed and then like having to drive back to the hotel drunk.
Don't tell anything Sam about this part, okay?
It's worth pointing out as well, this is 9 years after the events of the intro.
Right.
So this is a fair old jump of time. I mean, it's great that Bond hasn't aged a single day in that time, but
I'm actually glad you mentioned that, because I didn't catch that in both of my watch throughs.
It's quite the time jump.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think you're meant to think about it too much.
Yeah. Well, I didn't, because I missed it twice apparently. So good job on me on that one.
I really like the structure of the scene. Like the full reveal of the city isn't until the very last shot of the scene, and the way it starts, I think a lot of movies would have started with the wide shot, but like they start with the camera like hitting the road, like really close to the road, of roads flying by, as if to just like priming the audience. It's like, here we go, right? And then you reveal the Aston Martin, and then you cut to the wide shot, and then the title card appears. Like there's just an interesting, the shots are put together in a very considered way.
Yeah, looks really good. Well, time for some Casino Royale. See what I did there? God, I'm so funny. Anyways, we see first, I guess Bond arrives first, and he sees the Ferrari that he did a little race with, and it's like, ooh, the lady's here, that's nice. But we soon learn as well that he's not here only for pleasure. He's actually on an assignment to look what she's up to. And they have a little friendly game of cards on the table here. Yeah,
this is what I was going to ask you guys about, right? Because I don't think he was sent specifically to spy on her, was he? Like, he's on the tail of the Janus crime syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I think encountering her is almost like she just piqued his interest because he happened to see the Ferrari again. And he wanted to, like, find her. And then he gets more suspicious about her the more he talks to her.
Well, I think it's like a scene later. He's given a mission brief that says he's supposed to observe her, but not to make contact with her. And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I've actually already had a street race with her and
Yeah.
gambled with her and kind of her as well."
Nearly
so-
there, boys. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to let this be.
Yeah.
But I think, because like in the course of their conversation, like he realizes the number plate on the Ferrari is fake, and
Yep.
that tips him off that there's something not legit about her, and that's why he like photographs her so that he can have MI6 like tag her almost, or do some research on who she really is.
Yeah, you're probably right on
Yeah.
that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because it's after that he gets the printout of her like profile, and then on that it's realized that she's a chopper pilot.
Yeah.
And a strangler.
Yeah, again, they
greasy
do a
strangler,
little,
what?
little card game. She wins the first round, he the second, and what other other things do you like? And it's like, oh, just to stop while you're being ahead. And then he just starts mixing like his charm a little bit in here until, well, as you already pointed out, he notices something funky with the Ferrari. So his spy work is kicking in here as well. It's like, oh, maybe you should show me how to quit well ahead. Which, here we, as a viewer, you maybe just think, oh, he's just trying to, be a little Bond, a bit charming, maybe some fun tonight. And but he asks about the Georgian accent, wonders if she has been. It's like, oh, that's nice. Have you been there before? It's like, oh yeah, I've been, but just some quick shooting in and out. Cheeky Bond line there. And she points out, it's like, oh, well, it's a very different country now. It's like lots of opportunities everywhere. And he comes back with like, oh, do they come with a Ferrari in every garage there? It's like, no, this is a friend's one. It's like, oh, that's interesting. You should probably tell your friend that the official license plate start with an L here, even the counterfeit ones. It's like, oh,
Great. It's a great little conversation.
Yeah, it's
between
awesome.
them. There's a nice bit of verbal sparring. He gets to demonstrate some real knowledge, and it's flirtatious.
Yep.
And yeah, it works on many different levels. Good bit of writing.
Absolutely. And it's like, oh, what rank in the motor industry do you have? It's like, oh, commander. It's like, well, my friend here is an admiral. It's like, oh, I like a girl who pulls rank. And
There's a bit of
Navy.
there's a bit of capitalism versus communism thrown in there with the stuff about
Yeah.
Ferraris, which I mean evokes the whole. I mean, it's the whole East versus West angle, right? The uneasy relationship between America and Russia, or the UK and Russia.
mm-hmm. And he ends, which starts a little bit of a meme throughout the movie. It's like, no, the pleasure, I'm sure, was all mine. And I think they do it like 2 or 3 more times when they keep saying that the pleasure was all yours, Mr. Bond. And then at the end somewhere, it's like, oh, this time I'll make sure the pleasure is all mine. It's like, it's fun little stuff like that. Pleasure.
He's
That's what it's all
talking
about.
about the sex.
Yes.
Classic.
Well, I thought we already established that I know everything about sex because I just say, let's do sex, and then that works. I think someone in chat wrote earlier, Metal's just throwing nat 20s all the time, so that's just how it works.
Hey, you Germans are all about efficiency, aren't you? Like, never
Yeah.
mind the small talk. It's like,
Hey,
let's do
you.
sex.
Sex?
Okay.
Yes or no?
The Germans engineer everything to perfection.
oder
including
nein.
Ja oder
jokes.
nein? Anyway, he
I feel like Pierce has a sense of humor about him, and that really worked for this. Like he knows how to suppress a laugh on camera, or like like when he's talking to Xenia there, the whole thing with Onatop, the way he just sort of you can tell he's like amused, but he's just like
yeah.
squashing it down.
Well, that's already pointed out. He goes onto a balcony or something from the hotel or casino he's in right now, and uses his little spyglass to do a little recording and a snapshot. Sends it over to Moneypenny. She comes back through the radio transmitter, which is funny. The car radio looks like one that my dad used to have back in the day. just like this old thing. You could probably like press a button and get the front out so it doesn't get stolen or some shit like that. Just fun little things like that.
Bless that 90s tech.
Yeah.
Because like it would all be done with a cell phone nowadays, but like, they have to have this cobbled together system with the car and everything.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Well, this radio has a printer and everything. a printer with color as well. It's like really
It's like a
expensive.
full-color-
It's crazy.
It's like a
God.
full-color receipt printer.
Yeah. And yeah, we learned that she was like ex-military pilot, ex-fighter pilot. That's what I was meant to say. And she's now bound to the Yanis Syndicate. And M authorizes observation, but forbids direct contact with her. And well, we already had the direct contact in a way, so let's just forget that happened. Up until now. Now the rule counts. And then Moneypenny does little jokes like, "I'm sure you will stay on the top of it." Hey. And he has like a little smile about that. God, this Moneypenny is so much better than the fucking First Light one. It's so bad.
But she needs to make tea.
Oh, was it? It was
funny.
something Maxwell, wasn't it? The actress that played the old Moneypenny.
This one is actually Samantha Bond.
Yeah,
saw the
I remember.
credits and I was like, oh.
Whoa.
Well,
Coincidence.
that's
Going a little
his
too method
name.
with
I
this.
think, yeah, because you talk about Q like being in many of the Bond movies. I think the original Moneypenny actress was in she spanned like the Connery and the Roger Moore era.
Well, yeah,
I think.
I don't think she maxes out Desmond Llewellyn though. He was in the second Bond.
No.
Hmm.
But like I guess the point I'm making is like she was very like noticeably old by the last
Yeah.
time she made her appearance, and it's like, oh, the whole flirtatious thing can't really work anymore because like you're an old age pensioner. Please
So you
just
can try, damn it.
Well,
I think Timothy Dalton had his own M.
He did,
for
yeah.
his, but I think they did it too. They played her too flirtatious, like coming from her towards Bond. Whereas I think they hit the right balance with this one again.
Yeah. The one with with Dalton, I remember her being really hot. She was blonde, I think. Yeah. I'll look that up later. In my own time.
on my own time, yeah.
Yeah.
For research.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Like there'd be, I think there's a shot where like she pulls off her glasses and shakes her hair, like she's just obviously flirting with Bond in a way where like it's much more muted, like with Samantha Bond here, which I think is for the better.
All innuendo.
Yeah.
In your endo.
Well, in the meantime, Xenia and the Admiral have some fun for, well, one person has fun for the whole time, which is Xenia, because it just looks like they have a big old sax, but nope, she's about to do a big old kill, which kind of leads to an insane cut, by the way. I couldn't do it. It's so fucking good and funny. Because he's about to die, but she's about to just fucking cream all over the place, and they just cut to fucking water being disturbed by a speedboat. It goes like...
It's just the water is flowing, man. The
It's
juice is
so
all
good,
flowing.
dude. I fucking
What can you
couldn't.
say?
Amazing. Really, really.
So her secret power is like she can crush men between her thighs.
yeah,
I
she's
guess.
got an
Yeah.
insane leg log.
No, like the name isn't the same, but they actually do mention a Russian assassin who kills men by crushing them with their thighs in Living Daylights when they're trying to figure out who the assassin is at the beginning of that movie. And when they say that's like, in this one, crushes men with her thighs during intercourse, but it's a different name. They don't. I was actually kind of I backed it up when I heard that. I was like, oh, is that like? Is Zenyatta referenced in this one? And it isn't, but I guess it's an idea they took from that movie and just made her a full-blown character.
Good. The next day, James does some good old spy work while infiltrating that Manticore boat, that's what it's called, which is the Admiral's boat. He's trying to figure out what's going on. And he also noticed the night before that there's a big old military ship with a helicopter on it. He's like, interesting. Maybe that's going to be important in a little bit with all the general stuff, admiral stuff going on. He checks out the boat and he finds the admiral dead in his closet. He falls right down. He's like, oh shit, I need to get to that military boat like right away. Because in the meantime, he's checking this out. On the top is currently killing the actual pilots and take their disguise and fly the helicopter out of there.
The expression on the corpse, though, I always just wondered if they would try to do like a sort of he died doing what he loved, you know?
Yeah.
He's
Wait,
definitely got
let me
like
get
a
it
bit
on
of a
screen.
goofy smile on his face.
Yeah,
There are worse mechanisms of death than snoo snoo.
exactly.
It's just
It
like
always caught my eye that he's like smiling without the mouth open when he's falling out, and then all of a sudden the mouth is open when he's on
Yeah.
the ground. I find that so distracting, but whatever, it's funny.
here it is, chat. You can look at it.
The force of the fall to the floor. Okay, it knocked the expression in.
Yeah, it was actually in this watch that I found out that this is apparently supposed to be a Canadian Navy admiral because of his ID. He's got a little Canadian flag on it. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
I get it.
Yeah, and
yeah, I
they
kind of
they
always
use his
assumed he was French or whatever, but yeah.
they use his ID and I think a disguise, if I caught that correctly, to get on board there. Because I think you see her with someone who looks like him entering the boat. So I assume this
Yes.
is how they get on there. Yeah, Bond is trying to get to the helicopter right away, but he's getting stopped by the security because he's just barging in there, and they just fly off into the sunset to Russia, whatever, and they stole the helicopter.
And that helicopter is very important because it can withstand electromagnetic pulses.
Yes, a prototype, if I recall correctly, or the first properly prepared one. She also does a little cheeky one. It's like, oh, well, I'm here for a little present from the boys in the barracks, and the one guy's like, oh, I think I'm in heaven. She just says, not yet, and just shoots both of them. So they all got their little lines here and there. It's fun stuff. But now it is also time to get to our next location, which is a space weapon facility. It's underground, and we get introduced to Boris and Natalia, which are going to be important for the rest of the movie. And it's kind of fun how they introduce. Go ahead.
Just it's funny how much of an impression Boris can make, even though he's such a kind of a testament to this movie. A lot of the characters, I just never forget them, even though he's just tech guy. Like any other film could have made him extremely fucking boring and useless.
I don't think Alan Cumming could have possibly chewed more scenery
Yeah.
in this movie. Like, holy shit, does that man go for it?
Yeah.
I am invincible.
I'm invincible. So funny.
I mean, that's got a great payoff right at the end, but it's just such a goofy thing to do at that moment.
Well, it's just even like while he is just tech guy, like I think they did a good job giving him a few different character traits that make him memorable. So there is like the invincible thing. There's the fidgeting, like spinning the pen that comes into play in an action scene later.
Mhm.
There's his riddle passwords that are like, I guess, sometimes inappropriate. The last one ended up being less inappropriate than she thought it was going to be, I guess. But
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
my point. Is a lot of lesser films will just make it so that he is Nerd Man and he facilitates plot tech things, but
Mhm.
Well,
he's
you
like
also-
a full-on character.
Yeah. They also introduce, and it's great because again, it's this early '90s like version of the internet and computers and stuff, where he's like hacking the U.S. Department of Justice.
Why not? Yeah,
with this
easy.
like clunky old computer. But yeah, they show you the mechanism he can use to like. I think what it does is like jams your opponent's modem so they can't hang up, and then it traces it back to its source, so you know exactly where they are. Again,
Yeah.
it's something that's going to be useful later
Yep.
when it's turned against them.
Yeah, it's just good setups here. And I also just like how they, I don't know, treat each other and talk to each other, because it doesn't feel like the other ones hate him. They're just kind of like, okay, he's a bit wacky, but they seem to still be like friends and kind of close. Like they still respect each other in a way, even though he does like these, oh, password is knockers. Look, I made a picture of you with the bikini and boobs. It's like, that bastard, he doesn't even know what a woman is. It's just
These days he would have just used AI art and it would have been shit compared to his amazing drawing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And yeah, it's really fun. They just don't make him like full on cringe. They're just so like normal people, I guess. For like a
Well, I mean, it's important because then it gives a reason why Natalia would feel at all comfortable going to him for help later in the movie, right? Whereas if they just made him the like crazy kind of gooner style like tech dude who's always hitting on everybody at the office, it would be like, okay, why is she confiding in this guy? She didn't like him at all.
Yep.
But here it's just like, he's like the annoying kid brother type to her.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, I think.
They do that in the blocking too. I mean, like he slides over to her desk, and then she does the same to his desk. Like, whereas you know you could have just shot that flat and not have either of them move. But I love when movies incorporate the blocking in a way that sort of reflects the dynamic of the conversation that they're having. It feels like sort of a lost art these days.
Yeah, that, and just the environments in general, like throughout the whole movie. And I've been pointing this out, like every time we watch like older movies, I always keep pointing out, it's like, oh, if you look at the backgrounds, they look like real backgrounds. Like they look like real houses that people live in, not some minimalist nightmare house that clearly has never been used as an actual house before. I think the first time it really occurred to me was when we were watching Lethal Weapon, and we go to I forgot his name again, to Murtaugh's house, and it was like, oh yeah, they have like 5 children, and it's gonna be not super tidy, obviously, and it's gonna be shit everywhere because they play, because they're kids, and yeah, it just looks like a real house. When today they have a house where they clearly rented it somewhere, got rid of all the things that were in a house. Like every house is like a minimalist nightmare, essentially.
Yeah.
Just feels more natural back in the day, and I feel you don't really have that anymore today. It's just very clearly it's like a set, and it's just kind of blame.
There's also the whole green screen phenomenon, obsession with the replacing everything in post. Remember, do you guys ever see that image of it's from Black Widow where Yelena and Natasha are both sitting on a bench, but everything else is green?
Yeah,
and it's like why? And you're like, of course there are going to be reasons, unfortunately, but they're just stupid. Like, we don't know exactly where they are yet, so we don't know where we're putting them yet in the story. And you're like, that could you not contextualize anywhere if it's a dark enough place in the middle of the night? Like, do you really have to do this? Because it's funny, a lot of people would say like it's lazy. It's like it's in some ways it is like creatively lazy, but in other ways it's like extreme amounts of effort and money that have to go into doing something you could have done easily if you just stopped being an idiot.
It's like shooting on location is always a pain, and it's time consuming because you have to like move your entire production to wherever.
I'm not even saying shooting on location. I'm saying like a set that isn't just a big green blob.
Yeah.
Hire 5 people to spend a day building a set that you could hire 50 people for 2 weeks to animate. It's like, which one was cheaper, actually? But I think the first time I remember seeing one of those was actually Far From Home, and it was Nick Fury and Spider-Man talking in just like a hotel room, and like they shot some behind the scenes thing. It's just everything was green screen, including his gun. I'm like, they couldn't got a prop trank gun for him.
They don't know what it's going to look like yet, and that's the nature of all the making the film. They just don't know the answer to the question yet, and their higher ups will be like, because I know someone who worked on Civil War, and he had to do. I've told this story before because it's just unfucking believable to me. The scene where Scarlett Johansson talks to Black Panther after the explosion. When they filmed it, she didn't have any like sort of dust or debris on her face in any way, and they're like, "Oh, that's a fuck up because she was in an explosion. She should have something there." And so he was like, "Yeah, I can mock that up." And they're like, "We want about like 500 designs." and he's just like, oh, "Okay." And then he gave them 500, and they were like, "Yeah, we like 372. I think that's it. That's the one."
That's crazy.
What a horrible soulless way to make movies, eh?
It's just like I think we'll be okay, guys.
It goes like weird directions now as well, which like the God of War Laufey, where they have fucking Jack Quaid in the fucking triangle in a cube.
Yeah,
it's like you don't need him to be in the cube, guys. You can take anyone. You don't need to pay him quadrillions of dollars to go around in a cube.
Well, no, I don't think I want Jack Quaid in that kind of game. I mean, nothing against him, but like, oh god, I can already expect what his dialogue's gonna be like.
I mean, I've heard some of the dialogue in the trailer, and I want to die.
Yeah. Just like when you think though about budgetary management, wouldn't that not be the role that it would be easy just to hire a guy that can stand there for the eye lines on the cube? Like, do you need the actor there?
Oh boy, what a waste of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, Natalia is going for a coffee, and good old Boris is going out for a ciggy. I actually have a question now because I'm actually not sure. Because later Natalia says Boris was the inside man. I'm still not sure if he was the inside man the whole time or if he just joined them on a whim.
No, I think he probably was the inside man.
Okay.
I think so, because like he is a pretty useful chap to have on hand, like a high level computer programmer with an intimate knowledge of the GoldenEye system.
Yeah, for
like-
sure.
And they would have needed their inside man before they do what they do, like after they walk in, right? So like if they were just like, yeah, we'll find one of them, just like hire them on
Yeah.
the spot.
Okay, I was just not sure because the whole I'm going now for a cigarette and the coffee thing. I was just wondering if that was like a whim thing. But no, now that you pointed that out that way, I mean, makes much more sense then. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think there's computer codes and permissions that hinge on Boris, handing them over for the plan to go through. I don't think he was
yeah, because-
expecting the helicopter to arrive when he stepped outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like at the finale, like their whole plan is to hack into like the British financial system and like steal billions of dollars, and like they need him for that over and
Right.
above
Yeah,
his knowledge
yeah.
of the GoldenEye system, because the GoldenEye is just there to cover their tracks, like just erase all the computer records after the money's been removed. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely part of it from the beginning.
Okay. Yeah,
I think
that
I'll-
makes sense.
But I think though the ambiguity as far as how it's presented initially, I think was pretty decent to like have you kind of wondering what's going on. Like, okay, did Boris just get killed by these guys and now everyone else is dying, and you don't really start putting the pieces together as the viewer until they start saying that they must have had someone on the inside here, and then you see the
Right.
one person walking out. It's like, oh, maybe it was Natalia because she's the one who's alive, but we know it's not because we saw what she was doing. And then is it not until the Oromovs kind of being interrogated by the Russian government that they say there were 2 survivors, and that's when he's like, what? And
Yeah.
that's when he kind of clued in. It's like, okay, Boris has got to be the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Least of all that he was the only other named character in that building. But
Yeah. We also set up the like besides the whole technology that he's gonna be traced with later on. We also give the hint what the password is, which she needs to later figure out when they need to use the mechanic for themselves. Hey, Oromov and
I'm not really
Yeah.
a fan of that riddle, that particular riddle. It's like the can't take it with you thing.
You sit
So
on it, but you can't take it with
Like
you.
you can lift up a chair and take it with you.
yeah.
Depends what kind of chair it is.
What I liked about it though is that him making it so that she thinks his password is always going to be like something vulgar.
Yeah.
That being so not like just innocuous made it so that it was more difficult for her to guess it.
Well, I think
Right.
as well, like it's almost like he doesn't want her to have access to this system of his, which is actually very valuable to him. And so it's like
Right.
he, deliberately misdirects her with all these like sexual innuendo passwords, and like the one that's really important to him is just something very innocuous that she's therefore very unlikely to guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when it comes the time to like frantically guess the password, not to jump too far ahead, it annoys me that she didn't try chair like, just to get it out of the way. But whatever.
Well, maybe if she
It's-
agrees with you, she's like, "Hey, this shouldn't even have been the answer."
It would be funny if Bond says chair. It's like, no, you can take a chair. And she types it as correct. It's like, oh, fuck. I think
Oh, he's just an idiot.
he's just an
Right.
idiot.
Well, it's kind of strange that she guesses like arse and butt and stuff, and it's like, well, what do you leave your butt behind when you like stand up and go places? He told you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh well.
So yeah, Xenia and Oromov get in here and they pretend like they're doing a weapons test. Like, war simulation. Go grab the keys in the GoldenEye. It was a wartime simulation. I'm timing you, which is just a nice little detail where it's just like, oh yeah, this is just a little timing thing. Just go get it. And he does. And as soon as he has the 2 keys and the GoldenEye in his hand, Xenia is like, all right, time to orgasm, and she just shoots everybody. And then we have like the pan over to his face where it's like, okay, right then. I have a weird bitch with me. All right.
Full blown sadist.
And then to
It's
cover
a
their
particularly
tracks,
gnarly image, having all the gunned down computer analysts on the floor, all
Yeah.
bloody and stuff. Like, it's one thing if it's like armed guys, like henchmen shooting back, but I don't know, they're obviously just people trying to do their computer work, and they're just like killed en masse.
Yeah. Well, luckily, or not luckily, as planned, the GoldenEye weapon is perfect to cover the tracks because they're just gonna aim this thing onto this operation, and again, the helicopter is EMP shielded, so they can just get away with that, and that's exactly what they do. They also hear some noises from the break room where Xenia is gonna check it out. And it looks like Natalia tried to flee into the vents, and she shoots the vent and gets away. But we learn later she was actually in a little cupboard down in the kitchen, which actually something I didn't expect. I thought she just made it out through the vent already, but no, she was still in there. Nice little subversion that got me, at least. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah, a little bit of quick thinking on her part. So
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some not MI6 MiGs, some fighter jets. They get out, and Ormov points out, oh, they have like their fastest response time was 19 minutes. They're gonna be way too late, so just activate the thing, point it on the installation, and we'll get out of here. And we also learned that there's 2 satellites, which is gonna be interesting for later because the government thinks there's only 1. And
it's very important because it's like a single-use device, really, the GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm. Goes kaboom, and then they have another one. Yeah, she makes it out alive. Good old Natalia. She finds, oh, pardon me. The whole thing like collapses at some point, and she climbs out, I imagine, and she finds like a sled with dogs on it, so she can get out to town with that one and get herself to safety and eventually back to St. Petersburg.
That was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it almost seems like there might have been an establishing shot where one of the people showed up on a dog sled, and they just forgot to include that because it does seem shockingly lucky. It's a non-EMP affected vehicle that she was able to use to not freeze to death.
Yep.
Also, good dogs.
And obviously at this point we don't know where Boris is yet, but we can assume he got away with the other 2 and gets hidden because he's part of the operation.
That's a good point, actually. He couldn't go in the chopper with them because there's only 2 seats.
Oh yeah, you're right, actually. Oh.
So I don't know if there was like
on Xenia's lap.
You're just hung on.
Yeah, just hanging up by the wheels. Like, it's really cold.
I am invincible.
just yelling that on the fucking floor. It's like, ah. That's funny. Well, we have a little banter section between Moneypenny and Bond. It's like, oh, as far as I know, you never had me, actually. Oh, hope springs eternal. It just points out, oh, this little behavior could qualify as sexual harassment. So yeah, I think this was like
we all need a bit of sexual harassment, you know. It's,
yeah.
Good for you.
Well, it's like when he asks her what's the penalty, and she says, "Well, someday you have to make good on your innuendos."
Yeah, I think it was always like
Okay.
the from what I understand was always a bit of the meme that they always like kind of flirty, but they actually never get together in any way.
Yeah, that was always meant to be the dynamic with Moneypenny.
It's really cool.
Then even the door opening there, like he said, someday you got to make good on your innuendos, and he says after you, and she's like, no, you first. Like,
Yeah.
that exchange, that I like that. I thought it was nice, subtle.
In the latter half of the conversation, they're enclosed in the elevator. So
Mhm.
like using blocking in the environment to visually, like if you had it on mute, you could tell what was going on.
Yeah. So it's time for M to enter the fray, which, man, what a great M! Holy shit! But we start with a little talk with Tanner. It was like, well, your hunch was right. Too bad the evil queen of numbers wouldn't let you take on that hunch. And she's like right behind him. He's like, oh, you were saying? No, it's just like, oh, good, because of what sarcasm, I'll talk to my children. Thank you very much. I was like, okay. Yeah, you have my interest, M. Hit me. I was like, oh well, just go ahead and continue your briefing. The minister is waiting for the briefing as well. And well, they have like a live feed going on there. Wait, I just lost my train of thought here. Sorry.
I think that's when the EMP detonates and they lose their satellite feed.
Yeah,
And
was,
Yeah,
by the time it comes back,
there's a cool like real time tension it's doing here with the intercutting, because the last thing we see before cutting to MI6 is the fighter jets taking off, and so like, and then you realize in the command room that like, okay, that's actively happening. Like something's about to happen with GoldenEye. The jets are on their way, and they're about to see in real time what's going on the screens.
I somehow moved the whole paragraph down to the bottom of my notes. That's probably why I got confused. Yeah, so because he before that even he points out that they've seen some MiGs flying to that distress call they took on from the Russians like 16 minutes ago, which makes sense time-wise as well. Some good old continuity. Can you believe it? They thought of that because the other guy said that 19 minutes was their fastest one. And they speculated at some point that this was like a secret installation for space weapons called the GoldenEye, so they were aware that at least this exists as a rumor. And M interrupts him saying that, well, their statistic place said that they neither have the technology nor the funding to even make a weapon like this, so that's not possible. And Bond says, well, I was never good with numbers, but hey, this is a live feed, and as you already pointed out, it's like, yeah, it is. And the way she says, like, unlike the Americans, we don't get our bad news from CNN. It's just like, it's a really fun line, I think. And then they see the GoldenEye do its thing, and they lose the whole connection and everything. And this is where we kind of go back and forth between Natalia and this, where she kind of like survives all this shenanigans in the underground base, like something falling on her almost immediately, the ceiling collapsing, all that stuff.
Yeah, she's in a little disaster movie for like 5 minutes.
You just can't catch a break as well. Like this big ceiling, it's like a cluster of monitors or something, like falls and like almost lands on her. I think the cable's just short enough to stop it crushing her.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just like walking away, like, I don't know how to get out of this place. And then the fucking satellite dish collapses through the roof, like demolishes half the room. The poor actress spends that entire sequence just screaming and running away from things.
Yeah.
Well, then, like, there's even that kind of moment that's almost sort of sad and like frightening when she's trying to get out past the door, but it's a voice detection door, and she sees that like the mechanism's destroyed, but she still kind of tries her voice and then knows it's not going to work, but then she yells it and tries it again, and at that point she's almost resigned about, I'm going to die in here. And she's actually lucked out by the satellite collapsing.
Yeah, at some point, another spy satellite comes back into position so they can check it out, and they realize the facility is gone, and Bond points out that in a 30-mile radius, there's not a single light source, which makes him believe that it was likely an EMP that took it out, not unlike a nuclear explosion in the atmosphere. Which then leads them to believe that, well, the GoldenEye apparently is real. So, yeah, that's very interesting. M wonders if it was an accident, and Bond quickly says that, nah, probably not, because I'm aware of the security stuff. And also the helicopter was the perfect getaway for stealing the GoldenEye, and the weapon itself is perfect to get rid of all the evidence. And he knows the security. It's like there's likely an inside man, and probably they're attached to the Janus group. And he sees something on the screen. It's like, oh, let me enhance that real quick, and sees one person walking out of there. It's like, oh, that's probably going to be a person that's going to tell us, or can at least tell us who the inside man might have been. And well, then we already said that she finds like a sled and everything, and climbs out, which is rather lucky. And yeah, I guess we don't really know how how Boris got out of here. Maybe he did just fucking sat on someone's lap or something. I don't know. I mean, the only way he could really get out was with the helicopter without being seen by the satellite. I guess.
I mean, he might have left before the others, and so the satellite wouldn't have seen him necessarily because the
Yeah,
EMP
maybe.
would have taken it out. Because he might have left on another set of dogs.
They always have a set of dogs back there, yeah, maybe.
Because wait, I think when he goes outside to have a smoke, don't you hear dogs like barking and stuff there? Like he
Probably.
looks at them for a second. I think that's when it establishes that they are a thing, and you could maybe assume that he gets on them and heads off into the sunset.
Dogs are established. I guess like the thing I was kind of referring to before is why they're established. Like
Right.
are people who work here that actually show up on Husky Sled, or like what's the deal with that? Like why were they there?
Yeah. It could be anything from like supplies being brought in to like patrols of the perimeter.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
It's just nice to have dogs around too. They're good.
Dogs are good.
Doggos. Now we get the scene in M's office, and I really like that one. And I'm probably going to read a bunch just from the transcript here because I think the dialogue is just really fucking good. And she just starts with, "We pulled the files of anyone who might have had access or authority in Severnaya. The top name on our list is a friend of yours, I understand. Uromov. Oh, they made him a general. He sees himself as the next I-Man in Russia." The subtitles on my thing said
Iron Man.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
eye, man.
Yeah,
I heard I'm too.
Yeah, the transcript says I-Man for some reason. That's whatever. Which is
Maybe
why
he wants to be an optometrist. You don't know.
yeah, sorry. Which is why our political analysts rule him out. He doesn't fit the profile of a traitor. And then Bond immediately comes back with, "Are those the same analysts who said GoldenEye couldn't exist? Who said the helicopter posed no immediate threat and wasn't worth following?" And I mean, yeah, this just immediately confirms that he's not super happy with the way M is doing things, like looking a bit more at the numbers, being careful, and things of that sort. And because he likes he likes to trust his intuition, and it hasn't really strayed him badly so far. And she's just like, "No, we have these analysts and stuff." And in this whole conversation, they kind of have both have a point here. They have those analysts and all the info that could be helpful, but on the other hand, counter misinformation exists, and this one they have been fooled by the numbers because all the things that Bond thought would be relevant were relevant. Because Bond's hunch and deduction combined with his massive experience at this point put him a lot of time ahead of the curve, and he probably knows what's going to happen. But it's also important to keep them in mind in order to get someone on track in the first place, like all these analysts and whatever they have. And yeah, she realizes what Bond thinks about this and follows up with, "You don't like me, Bond. You don't like my methods. You think I'm an accountant, a bean counter, more interested in my numbers than your instincts." And then Bond goes, "There's like, the thought had occurred to me." And then it just goes straight at, "Good, because I think you're a sexist, misogynist dinosaur, a relic of the Cold War, whose boyish charms, though wasted on me, obviously, appeal to the young woman I sent out to evaluate you." This Bond just goes like, point taken.
It's like, well, you got me.
Yeah. And at this point, Bond probably thinks like, great, now I have to work against my boss, maybe even have to go behind her back so I can use my instincts more, get the work done properly, because that's how I've been operating this whole time. Maybe she's not even going to send me on any risky missions because she doesn't want to take the risk and keep the numbers up or something of those nature. But Emma's not done yet because she's like, "Not quite, 007. If you think for one moment I don't have the balls to send a man out to die, your instincts are dead wrong. I have no compunction about sending you to your death, but I won't do it on a whim, even with your cavalier attitude towards life. I want you to find GoldenEye, find who took it, what they plan to do with it, and stop it. And if you should come across Uromov, guilty or not, I don't want you running off on some kind of vendetta. Avenging Alec Trevelyan will not bring him back." I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's good.
They pack a lot into that pretty like concise dialogue.
Yeah.
It is impressive stuff, and it tells you an immense amount about her.
Yeah, because they make clear when the time calls for it, she will send someone out, even on super risky missions. She might not like Bond's methods and how he behaves himself and charms all these women and is a womanizer and thinks he's like a misogynist or whatever. But she very much recognizes his skill and the importance to her operation, but she just won't just send him out on a whim, as she says it, like without preparation, without consulting all the data they have available, which is like valuable information a lot of times.
Well, there's a nice moment of compassion for her just as he's leaving, where she says, "Bond, come back alive."
Exactly.
Which kind of, is showing you like she does actually care about his life as well. He's not just a number to her.
Yeah, because Bond right after this says, "Yeah, you didn't get him killed," and she just goes in straight and is like, "Neither did you. Don't make it personal." It's like, oh, yeah. And
well, like that kind of factors in her kind of number counting, her data focused style of leadership being something that's actually relevant to him in that moment, and that he probably did need to hear. That it's like, look, I might not be emotionally sending you to your death because I don't like you, but also you shouldn't be blaming yourself for something that was a part of the mission and wasn't your fault. So go do this thing. Don't let your personal vendetta get in the way, but also come back alive.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. There's a lot there that is pretty solid from like a leadership standpoint.
Yeah, it's just something
feels like offensive, but then also olive branch at the same time. So it's like, I want to be clear, we're not going to be on the same page for a lot of stuff, but at the same time, we have to respect the jobs that we run and that we both have the same mission.
Yeah.
Just and then squaring them so definitively of data versus instinct, old versus new world, even the like that he's a relic. It's almost like the spirit of what his work is in question at this point, which the film is, I think Drinker was mentioning earlier, this film is almost exploring a bit, not quite in a deconstruction way, but more in a like, just how does Bond fit into a world like this if he still functions the way that we're so familiar with, and putting an M against him almost, or at least as a foil to him, on the front of the new world, it just feels appropriate. And it's funny because the Brosnan era is all very struggling almost with exactly what kind of plot lines it wants to do, because technology is still racing ahead, still balancing the sort of silliness element, but then trying to be serious about like Bond needs to modernize a little bit, which is so funny in retrospect, isn't it? Because we're like, well, they got a whole other set of Bond films that are all about that, and it's like, is that what they did, or they just kind of went modern to the point of like adopting Bourne and other things? Bond still feels like it has its own identity in the Brosnan era for sure, where it's like, yes, we have to move forward, but we still are who we are. But the Craig ones just completely lost their identity, I think.
Well, I mean, back in the Brosnan, it was still more than just a generic action thriller.
Yeah,
with some espionage thrown in.
The Craigs also try very hard to be more serialized, like be like, this is all one story. That
was a huge mistake.
Yeah, it really was.
I'm not sure if it was mentioned in the M conversation. I had to leave for a minute, but when Bond brings up Onatop, M almost smiles, and is similar to what Piers did when he first heard the name. And I like that they share a similar sense of humor, but they both have to suppress it. Even when like Bond brings it up, he like hesitates before he says her name. He's like, Onatop. Like, oh my god, we're like, that's yes, Onatop, really.
Because Onatop is more subtle than some of the ones you get in the earlier movies, like in Goldfinger. The main kind of femme fatale is pussy galore.
Pussy galore.
So I like that underneath the whole stern conversation to follow, it's underpinned by that sharing of a sense of humor.
Yeah, it's just also.
Well, it should probably be mentioned, right? Like the fact that she called him a misogynistic dinosaur or whatever. This is targeted by some people as being like, see, these films are just as rampant with like shitty modernisms as modern takes on different things. It's like, well, I think it's pretty cool they actually have the character in the fucking room addressing Bond with it, and he's able to hold his own, and she is, and then they work together. Like she has this perspective, which isn't a huge surprise, honestly.
No,
and she's not got the full picture, but neither does he regarding her. And I do think that as much as you get a chunk of it in GoldenEye, I really like the story between these two in Bond's era. They have a lot of conflict in little pieces. They disagree on a lot of different things. They don't quite fully sort of support each other, but simultaneously respect each other's jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Brosnan's era? You said Bond's era. That could be...
Oh, Brosnan, yeah, not Bond.
Yeah, I was actually about to point that out in a way. So just having this people having like disagreements, but still be able to professionally work with each other, like in this modern day writing swamp of rot, they could never, because they can always only do this is the correct side, this is the wrong side. Gray zones do not exist, and you can't interact with this person because they said the wrong thing or whatever it is.
There's purpose in the script here for the characters and for the plotline versus like a preaching of. Did you know that Bond is misogynistic and that should stop and he needs to apologize? You're like, no, we're not doing that.
No.
You're right. I have been. The Cold War was a mistake. I shouldn't have betted all those women.
Yeah.
It was the hot war for him.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, fantastic scene here. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I think he's just sitting there going like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I'm going to take quick flings where I can take them because, I mean, I could die literally any second, so I don't really give a shit.
Yeah. Now we get a short scene where we see Natalia arrive in St. Petersburg, and also Oromov is getting called in by the defense minister Mishkin. And it's like, oh yeah, this was like an attack by some separatists. There's nothing we could do, and because of that massive fuck up, we have set behind the defense capital, like in money capital, behind by, I don't know, multiple years, and because of the fuck up, I'm gonna hand in my resignation. And everyone is like, no, we just need you. We just need you to guarantee that there is not a second GoldenEye. It's like, oh yeah, I can guarantee that. No problem. And it's like, oh, and maybe you should find those 2 missing technicians you have. And he's like, excuse me, 2? I only know about one, the Boris guy. I was like, yeah, there was like also Natalia. She's been missing. She wasn't under the dead bodies that we found. It's like, oh, that's the first time I'm hearing this. And he looks very stressed out by this information because this was not supposed to happen.
Bad poker for Oromov.
Yeah. And Mishkin even says, well, before we go ahead and just say the separatists did some terrorism, maybe you find your missing people so we can interrogate them. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting on that right away. Sweats heavily.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, when he said Siberian separatists, I was like, did the Siberians have to try very hard to be left on their own? Like, no one wants to go to Siberia. It's just like a barren wasteland of ice.
Yeah.
Another good example of good like visual storytelling where, you know, you start with the establishing shot outside, you see the parade.
Yeah.
And then Dimitri's at the window, and then the camera follows him like he's our transition towards the table. Like he walks the table, and then Oromov comes in. I mean, another film probably would have just had them all start at the table, or maybe just have Oromov already there, and then just like start in the middle of the conversation or whatever. But
well, or you
I like
Snyder and you see,
I like the visual flair of it.
Yeah, or you have Zack Snyder and you see him go up the stairs and through the hallway and then up another couple of stairs in slow-mo.
With epic music playing over it.
I can't believe that was in there. Jesus Christ.
You got the fucking movie like 5 hours long.
Yeah. Now you know why.
Hey, look, guys, Quebec is the ones who want to separate, and there's lots of lumber and natural resources there. It's not a barren wasteland of ice. The territories tend to not want to separate from Canada.
So, but now it's time for some great fun in Q Labs. It's just, it's good shit. It's quick, it's witty, there's some slapstick comedy in the background that goes by pretty quickly. You have some fun back and forth between Q and Bond. And I think this is where I realized why the Q stuff at first light is just so abominable, boring, and shit. Because this is like a quick thing. It goes by, you have like funny banter between the two, you see some funny shit in the background real quick, but it's not really paid attention to. While like in first light, you just go around, it's like, oh, this might be something. It's like, oh, don't touch the thing, Bond.
So, I mean,
remember when Q was introduced in Craig's era, and it's like he literally just gives him a gun and a radio.
Fuck off. I hate that shit.
we don't do the gadgets anymore. That's so naff and old. It's like, oh, fuck off. You're just bleaching away like every single bit of individuality that made the Bond series what it is.
part of the really fundamental DNA that I think works so well about this is Bond is bordering on self-awareness that
Yeah.
this situation, this room, all this is so fucking absurd. He's like on the verge of laughing all the time. However, the man who's guiding him around is the one who's like, stop fucking around, Bond. You know, like, here's my boot that can take you to space. And he's just like, what? He's like, stop laughing, stop pressing buttons. This is serious. Like, I love that shit. It is so
Yeah.
at odds with itself. But
Yeah.
simultaneously, of all like the best parody movies, this scene has more like visual humor in the background and a bunch of random shit happening in it than a lot of them. It's extremely funny. And then Bond always wanting to toy with Q, just to
Yeah.
torture him, kind of thing. And this is their first scene, this particular duo, right?
Mhm.
And it feels like this would have been their 100th scene. They just slip right in,
Yeah.
It's
completely
great with
fucking
the
working.
pen, isn't it? When it's like, you
Yeah.
know, 3 clicks to arm it, 3 to disarm, and like it's like it's in a 5-second fuse or something, and he clicks it, and then he's just holding it in front of him. Like,
Yeah.
how long did
long
you
did
say
you
the
say?
fuse was?
Grow up, 007. So
I was saying, I think on the first like stream, like, now pay attention, 007. It's like burned into my fucking brain the amount of times
Yeah.
he said that shit.
yeah, it's
And then yeah, possibly the best joke in every Q scene ever, the subversion of he picks up a fucking baguette.
A
He's like, so
sandwich.
what does this do? It's like, don't touch that.
lunch.
That's
My lunch.
That's
The
so
fucking
great.
timing is perfect.
Yeah, it's just besides that, it also sets up a couple of gadgets that we're gonna see throughout the movie, which is always fun. Like in From Russia with Love, that had the briefcase with it, right? That's why they introduced that one. Where
Yeah.
it gets used at the end to save him essentially. And just a couple of kind of like random things, like you see some guns in the background, then you have like an X-ray document scanner, which doesn't come up again. It's just a fun little thing he's done. Obviously, the telephone booth in the background that has like a massive airbag in it, and someone just tries to use it and gets stuck.
Well, you
But then you see him getting wheeled out
shit.
later. He's
Yeah.
still stuck inside
Yeah.
it. Like, "Ah!"
You simultaneously get this bizarre shit that we'll never see again, but you also get like, here's, you know, a fucking candle that'll turn into a uranium rod that you might need in case of blah blah, and it's like the most useful thing ever by the
Yeah.
end of the film. You're
Yeah.
like, alright, of course.
Actually, kind of interesting because the car that he's shown never actually gets employed in the movie. Like he drives it at one point, but he doesn't do any of the crazy like rocket powered, you know, ejector seats or anything from it.
No, he gives it to
There's
CIA.
no big chase with it.
No,
Yeah.
he gives it to the CIA guy who drives off with it and tells him don't press any of the buttons, and then they get the plane for it. Yeah.
Well, I always felt like it was a bit of a subversion. That was like, we didn't get that. We instead got the fucking tank. It was just like,
Right.
what
It's
the
It's a good
hell?
trade. It's a good trade-off.
Yeah. I mean, they start immediately. It's like, oh, sorry about the leg. Or was it skiing? And then he just shoots a rocket out of his cast boot. It's like,
Yeah, I love that
hunting. Like a belt's like, oh, this has like a wire and that can support one person. Oh, what if I need additional support? It's only tested for one 007. It just goes on and on. It's really fun. And obviously the pen. It's like, oh, grow up, 007. And well, they always said the pen is mightier than the sword. And just Q saying, well, because of me, they were right.
Thanks to me, they were right.
And then they explode the puppet. And it's like, don't say it, 00. It's like, oh, writing's on the wall. No.
Along with the rest of him.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love this scene.
The gadgets are always fun to keep in mind because you know there's going to be a specific use case coming up at some point, and it's just like, when is he going to use that? He's got that, and he's got that, and he's got that. When's he going to use those?
But it's just so incredibly important for fun.
Yeah.
And I'm so like pissed off because Drinker reminded me, that fool, of the scene where it's like, what did you expect? An exploding pen? It's like, shut up, shut up,
Yeah.
shut up, shut up.
Yeah.
I love the phone booth gag too. It's like nobody told that guy not to make a phone call in the room full of goofy inventions where nothing is what it seems.
But that's the thing. You could imagine that's one case. It could be that he knew what he was going into, and they didn't tell him how significant it is, or that they broke it. They didn't know, and we were like, "Oh shit, it's gone." So we haven't tested it for that.
Yeah.
So the major gadgets that we've got that are going to be relevant plot wise are the exploding pen, the watch with the laser on it, and
The belt.
to some extent the car, just to get him from place to place.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
yeah.
holy fuck, that pen creates so much fucking
That's-
tension in the third act.
That everyone's watched that scene and tried to follow along, like with the number of
Yeah.
clicks, and it becomes really difficult. It's
Because
great
he doesn't
stuff.
always click 2, right? Oh, it's 3. I mean,
Yes,
he's
sometimes
saying.
you'll click 2, sometimes like an extra 1 or 2, and it's like, oh shit, where's it at now? I don't know.
Yeah, well, they start doing that, and then they cut away, and then they cut back to it, so you don't know if he's like clicked it between that. He probably has.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they play with that a little bit.
but
4
it's nice.
seconds also. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a nice way of combining those things that we talked about earlier when we said, we were looking at Boris as a character, and it's established right from the beginning that he likes to fidget with things, especially when he's doing stuff on his computer. And yeah, you introduce the pen, the exploding pen, into this character who's in the middle of doing something extremely important to the plot while clicking it and trying to keep tabs on where he's at with it. It's brilliant how it brings so many of these things together into one really tense moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say also 4 seconds is the appropriate fuse length for a fragmentation grenade, which is why pretty much any video game you've ever played where you can throw the grenade back is a lie.
Yeah.
But it's so cool though.
It becomes really egregious in movies when a grenade gets thrown, it lands, a character looks at it for a second or two, and then throws it back. It's like, bro, you just lost both your arms trying to do that.
Do you remember the Simpsons joke with I think Skinner's talking about one of his Vietnam friends, and he's like, died because he held on to a grenade for too long, and he has the flashback, and he's like, he pulls the pin, he's like, this is for my mother, for my brother, for everybody back home, for little Jimmy. We're gonna God damn it, we're gonna win this, and it just explodes.
That's why you hold the spoon on. You let the spoon fly off in the air. The pin is only the first part of the arming process, but yeah, when we were doing grenade training in the military, we were just like, so would your best bet if you see a grenade flying at you to like use your rifle and then like baseball like just like hit it back is probably your best chance? And they're like, no, honestly, run and duck.
Do they ever cook them? Hold on to them for a second or two and then throw them?
I mean, like I imagine there's probably cases in which that would happen, but I think like when you consider how, like, I guess it depends on the distance you'd be throwing it. Like maybe for a close quarters engagement where you're like throwing it around a wall, but if you're like in an open battlefield kind of scenario and you're throwing it what would be the appropriate distance away, which is as far as you can possibly throw it, most of that cook time is happening while the grenade is flying.
Yeah, because I get the impression as well, like maybe the fuses aren't 100% accurate. Like it might be slightly more or slightly less than 4 seconds in some cases, just how quickly it burns.
Yeah, I mean,
which again, I probably wouldn't want to fuck with it in that case. Like once that
They
pin's
always
out, get it away from me.
They always told us it was 4 seconds though, and it's like you pull the pin, you throw it, and you get down and look through the little window, and usually by the time it hits the ground, it's blowing up.
Yeah.
Remember that always took me out. That always took me out of Die Hard 2 is when they're chucking the grenades in the helicopter, and it's just like, how long are these?
That is the most. That's probably the most egregious example I've ever seen in a movie. That is like 10 seconds at least, maybe 15. It's insane how long that takes.
It's an oddly similar scene to a scene in this as well with the exploding helicopter. Sorry, Marl. Go ahead.
I forget. Are they called like the it's gonna sound stupid, but the grenades on a stick, in World War II, like German ones.
Yeah.
I remember it's like I think it was Anthropoid where they're like defending a position for fucking ages, and there's a guy who's been like blown apart by all kinds of different things. He's just sort of crawling through debris, trying to avoid bullets. And it very casually, as he's doing it, they like toss loads of those in. And he just keeps throwing them back again, like in a bored way, almost like I don't know. It was just fucking crazy. It's like any of these could kill you if they actually cooked them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have as much experience with World War II era German grenades, but modern native frag grenades. Well,
Why?
It's just not something they taught us. Canadians.
Why don't they train you in every grenade ever?
Yeah.
Look, I'm old.
What if you randomly find a Stielhandgranate? What are you gonna do then?
I don't know. Hope I can figure out how to like pull the little. It's like a cord on those, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
so.
think
the
you have to
bottom.
like unscrew a cap from the base of it and then pull the cords. It's a really fiddly, weird design. I don't know why they did it like that.
Yeah, very inefficient. I hate it. So, what was where were we? Oh yeah, we had fun in Q Labs, but now we all go to good old Russia, including Mr. Bond here, where he meets a CIA guy, Wade, and this is where they poke a little fun on with the like the whole password thing they do in Bond movies. Because he's like, oh, in Britain, April is a spring month or whatever the fuck it was. And he's just like, oh, another stiff ass Brit. Just fuck your password shit. Just get in the car. And then and when it starts, you're like, oh, it's just a funny little meme. But no, Bond is actually like, okay, this is kind of fucky. I'm just gonna make sure he's actually a guy. So he kind of takes him at gunpoint. It's like, oh, dude, it's Bond, do the thing. Fuck you. Is that enough for your government stuff? It's like, no, show me your tattoo. Show me the flower. It's like, here? Yes. So he has to kind of like unbuckle his pads and show like his thigh or something to show the thing. So now he knows.
Jack Wade, by the way, turns up in this and in in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yes.
As like this character, but he was also the like kind of final boss in Living Daylights as well.
Yeah.
I knew I'd seen him
He's already-
somewhere before. Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
It actually took me a second. I was like, wait, did that guy live at the end of it? Because I'd recently rewatched Lights, and I was like,
He lived and reformed.
But yeah, he got like a little shitty Beetle car. And he's like, oh, it might be ugly, but it gets me places, no problem. And it's gonna break down here in a second. In the meantime, we see Natalia arrive in in Russia, and she makes her way to a Russian IBM store and pretends like she's have like a massive order of computers that would be incredibly expensive and very lucrative for this guy. And he's like, oh shit, nice. And it's like, oh, do you need like a demonstration? Like, no, I just need a quiet place to check it out. So if you may, it's like, oh yeah, just go right here. And she's gonna use this to contact Boris, which she doesn't know is the inside man or anything, and still kind of trusts, and sends him an email. And he's like, "Oh, Natalia, hey, let's meet up in this church in an hour," and that they do. And then we go back to Bond and Wade, where they repair the cars. It's kind of, he calls them Jimmy and Jimbo and stuff like that, which is kind of fun.
I also think that this was another moment where Natalia is kind of exploiting the new free market systems, like former Soviet Russia, where like he even says, "Do you pay in dollars?" And she's like, "Yep." And he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, American dollars. All right, cool.
We love
Maybe
those
rich."
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when Wade's like, "Oh, hand me that hammer there, Jimbo."
Yeah.
Hands him just like a claw hammer, and he's like, "No, the big one, the
big
sledge."
one.
What's great about that too is the first thing Wade does with it is just this like little tap on a screwdriver, and then he just whacks the thing with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, but just to go back real quick, I really like that Bond actually double checked he's the guy, because I keep being reminded of other things where they set up a password shit and then they get to the point with the password. It's like, oh, who cares about that? We're in a hurry. It's like, no. We set this up for a reason. And then they don't do it, and everybody thinks it's fine. And it's like, no, it's like an important thing, so you don't get fucking betrayed. So it's kind of...
Yeah, I can see a Marvel movie. It's just taking the piss out of that relentlessly.
I think actually the last thing I can think of is fucking Dustborn. I think there they did. It's like, here's the password. It's like, oh no, blah, 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 fuck the password. Just things changed. It's like, oh, okay. Guess we don't need that anymore. So yeah. Dustborn was really bad. But, shocking, I know.
I wouldn't know. I hadn't played it.
Good. You shouldn't.
Well, I'm saying, does like the not verifying the password thing, does it backfire on the character, or they just treat it like it's not actually a problem?
I mean, the guy is very obviously betraying them at the time, so yeah. But it still ends up being an absolute clusterfuck. So because the protagonists are all stupid, if you want to know more, watch all my playthroughs and the video that I made. Enjoy. Don't play it. It's really bad. Anyway, while they're repairing the car, Bond asks about the Janus group, and Wade says that we have no clue who it is, but they know he's connected very well, and he might be able to connect him to his opposition or his competition in order to facilitate some kind of contact to the Janus group or the Janus guy. And it turns out that the guy he needs to talk to is Valentin Sukovsky. And it's like, oh, that one? It's like, oh, you know him? It's like, oh, I gave him the limb, because he points out earlier that there's like some guy that's now doing some things here in Russia, and he has a limp. And it's like, oh yeah, I gave him the limb. So my question is now, is he like in an older Bond movie, or they're just saying that he knows him?
He's in the novels, apparently, because I was racking my brains like from like the older Bond movies. Was there ever a Zukovsky that I've kind of half forgotten about that Bond shoots in the leg? And I don't think he was ever in a movie. I mean, he obviously wouldn't have been played by Robbie Coltrane if he was, but that doesn't matter so much. But I think, yeah, he was in the novels, a few of them.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
He's like the ideal connections guy, because he's like, ex-KGB turned
I wish there were more
gangsters.
of this in the Bond films in general. Just some characters that recur, that sort of help build a world a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He only gets 2 appearances, but I really like both of them.
I mean, Robbie Coltrane's a pretty memorable actor. He's a lot of fun as well, which is great.
You can tell he's having fun with the role.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on screen right now, he gets some gun points like, oh, it's the Walter PPK. I only know 3 people who use that, and I'm pretty sure I killed 2 of those. So, Mr. Bond, how you doing? It's like, it's pretty fun. It's good stuff. Also in the background, his mistress is singing very badly. It's just really
it took me a while to realize that was Minnie Driver.
Yeah.
Doing that. It's
Oh,
a very small role for her, but yeah.
I enjoy how often Scots get hired as Russians. There's a bit of an action
we're
a
both
dialogue,
equally
dialect
miserable.
overlap. Yeah. Even Robert Carlyle and what is it? World is Not Enough.
Yep.
No.
Renard.
Also, right before this, Natalia gets captured by the baddies because, again, Boris is an insert. So he just has Xenia with him, and they're just going to capture her. James goes to Valentine uninvited. We have a little ADR scene where Wade basically tells him, oh, the last one who went there uninvited went back home in little boxes. And Bond just says, well, make sure they send me back in first class, which is just a fun line again. They have some back and forth again as a reporter on who do like the thing with the point where he takes him point blank. But there's another guy, because obviously it is like his where it's like place, his bar, whatever this is gonna be. And I know they have like a little bit of sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, when they're having their banter back and forth, I love the line from Robbie Coltrane where it's like Bond basically wants his help, and he's like, "You want my help, huh? My knee aches every single day, especially in winter, and we have long winters here. Like, tell him, Dimitri." And this poor guy in the background is like, well, it depends. And he just yells, "Silence!
Silence!" Yeah, exactly. It's just a really fun
the
stuff.
times where you'd have minutes and you manage to make a memorable scene instead of hours to make something you want to kill yourself over.
Well, now you have like full seasons worth of stuff, and you don't learn anything, Mando, about the characters. What? Who said that? I don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, he eventually says, "Oh, you need to go to this place," and that catches his attention. And the plan is, hey, you're gonna get a lot of money from what I'm gonna tell you right now. You're gonna ship 200 pounds of C4 explosives hidden in a casket. Your man drives it in. The money's exchanged. The man drives the hearse out. The man will be arrested with the explosives. Your man will take a miraculous escape with the money. And now it's your money. It's like, ooh, yeah, I like that. For that, he is supposed to set Bond up with Janus. because he tells him that, well, he's not only a criminal, he's a traitor who stole a nuclear device and killed a bunch of innocent Russians for it. And here Valentine points out that, well, he never met the guy personally, but he's a Cossack, a Lions Cossack, which is a group of Russians that surrendered to the British in hopes to find the communists at the end of the war. But the British actually just sent them back home, where they were promptly shot, including their women and children. It's like, oh shit, that got dark quick, Jesus. And Bond just points out, it's like, yeah, not exactly our finest hour.
It's an interesting thing to reference. It's
yeah.
a group that I had never heard of before
Yeah, same.
until watching this movie. Didn't know anything about them. And yeah, sometimes the Bond movies will surprise you with like the really obscure shit they throw in.
Mm.
It's interesting bit of history, yeah.
But he also says that they're like a bunch of vicious people, so they got what they deserved, essentially. So he also throws shade at the Cossacks here, I guess. But yeah, in any case, Valentine will tell Yanis people that Bond is asking about the chopper, which means Bond and Valentine will be even, and Yanis will owe something to Valentine. So this is just pretty much a win-win for Valentine here. He's gonna have a bunch of cash and everything. So yeah, that's the plan.
And
for
that is
now.
what Bond said he'd appeal to him with. And he's like, well, I'm gonna appeal to his wallet.
But I think this actually never needs to happen, because Bond is just going to get captured here in a little bit, right? So that actually never even needs to happen. Or did I miss something here? Because next up he has the sexy fight with Xenia in the bath, and then he gets he just goes and talks to Yanis immediately. Unless we're supposed to believe this all happened between the scenes, and now Xenia is going after him because he gave the information.
So, or Valentine could have sent him here.
Or did Valentine screw him over and like tell Xenia where to find him so that she could take him out?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I was just having trouble figuring out what happens between the scenes. If all the C4 stuff happens, and then he gives the information to Yanis, and Xenia's gonna get sent here, or is this just a screw over? Like, I'm actually not entirely sure.
I don't think the movie gives you enough hints one way or the other to form an opinion on that. Like, whether she was aware of Bond being there already and asking questions, she was keeping tabs on him, and then she decided to make her move, or whether Valentine screwed Bond over and told her where to find him. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. But at least that's what's going to happen. I don't know if anyone else has like a theory or knows something, but I think either could be true.
Yeah. Xenia could have manipulated him somehow, or I don't know, just gotten the information somehow without Valentine, having betrayed him. Like, I don't think she was tailing him, because his travel to here has been pretty discreet, I think. So she wouldn't know that he's here unless someone told her. But I don't know. Just also, there's a number of situations, and any way you think of it is fine, I guess.
I guess also, would Bond be at a public bathhouse if not to like meet up with a contact? Like, I feel like he wouldn't need to go there to bathe.
Was that the hotel he was staying in?
I guess I'm not sure.
Because I can't quite tell what it is, but like it feels like Bond obviously tends to stay in luxury hotels when he goes places. I assume that was just what it was, and he was in like the spa of the hotel.
That's what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
I sort of thought it was one of those like Russian bathhouses, like in Eastern Promises. Viggo Mortensen. It's a good movie.
Well, whatever the case might be, they have a sexy fight where they kind of make out, but also fight, because she does the leg lock and she's very aroused, and Bond's just like, I want to live, please, but I also kind of want to make out a bit. So he's just going to have a bit back and forth.
It's a fine line between sex and death. What can you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always got the impression he wasn't fighting her off too hard initially. Like, let's see where this goes.
Well, I mean, Bond genuinely is probably like, are we doing some rough play, or are you trying to kill me? I actually don't know. Like...
Yeah, the lip bite, I guess you could interpret either way, but like once she starts like trying to crush his rib cage with her thighs, it's like, okay, well this is not fun.
Clearly, you haven't been with any fun women.
Well, probably not. No.
Never fought one in a Russian bathhouse before, but the night is young.
I recommend it.
Yeah. But yeah, eventually he overcomes her. That shouldn't have said that. I should have said it in a different way. Overwhelms her and has her at gunpoint. It's like, no more foreplay. Get me to Yanis. It's like, hey.
It's kind of funny that he drops her ass onto like the hot coals for the
Yeah.
sauna.
That would be the move. If you're in a sauna, you can't use your. I mean, honestly, I think you probably could have thrown a punch, but that would definitely do it.
I mean, she seems to be pretty like resilient when it comes to taking damage, like because he's slamming her up against walls and stuff, and she's just like enjoying it even more.
Like,
apparently,
yeah, do it again. Yes.
Got some good training.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, they get to Yanis next. But before, unfortunately, Drinker has to leave us. You get
So sorry. I was actually really enjoying this movie. Just remember how goddamn good it is.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, hey, thanks for joining us. Of course. You wanna tell the people what's going on? Anything coming up? Except
I'll probably make a video tomorrow. I think we're going to take a little look at the Rings of Power season 3 trailer. Because I'm really excited for that. Can't wait to get back into that show. I've missed it.
Oh, me too. Me too, man. Means I have to rewatch the rest. Fuck.
Ugh.
Nasty.
But
yeah, thanks for
pretty
hanging
much what I
out. It's
got.
been fun. I'm sure we'll catch you later. Obviously,
Thanks.
links are down below if you haven't followed the good old Drinker yet. But yeah, I'll catch
Thank
you
for having
around.
me, guys.
Have a good Sunday.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, what a loser.
Yeah, idiot.
I think he's cool.
Stuck up.
Wow, what a cuck.
Teacher's pet.
Good times. Anyway, now we go to wherever Xenia, that's her name, took pond, like some kind of statue graveyard with all the communist statues being put here. At least that's what I thought it might be. We also have like, the pleasure was all yours again, Mr. Bond. Yeah, you'll probably understand if I won't call. Like, I won't lose any sleep over it. And he just knocks her out. It's pretty fun.
I think as well, and this is totally fine with me, by the way, but he's totally a sexist in the sense that if that were a guy, he would have killed him.
Oh, yeah.
But despite being a crazy assassin, KGB, but she's a woman, so he'll knock her out. It's like, you can go to sleep.
That's positive sexism. We can't have that either.
No, I think you should kill her.
Yeah.
Kill her. Kill her. Kill women.
Kill all women. I mean,
Oh, easy there.
Sorry, got a bit carried away.
Look, it's one policy at a time, right?
That judo chop feels straight out of the game when you when you attack.
It really does. It's so obviously cut to be like, listen, we just look. We don't want to risk anything. It just looks better this way. Trust me. Look, we did it without. It just didn't work. Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, he's about to meet Yanis, and we learn very, very quickly that it is Alec. He's alive after all. He thought to be dead. And his old friend and MI6 colleague 006. But yeah, essentially, after a while on the job, Alec got a bit wary of doing all the jobs, undermining all these various regimes, fighting dictators and governments, just to realize the things he had fought for changed to something he didn't quite like, and started to figure out that they aren't really always completely truthful to their 00 agents, because they just kind of do what they've been told, and it's always mission up front without any of the questions of the what or why. And when James points out that this is the job they were chosen for, and how this is just how it is, he also wonders how MI6 missed that he was Alliance Cossack. That's a pretty important bit for them to know, and it's like, they surely did know. And in one of life's little ironies, the son of a father and mother that were driven to suicide by the British government ends up working for said government. And I guess to point that out a bit more, his parents were part of the people who were sent to back to Stalin, I guess, when they were given back to them from the British government to be killed, and they survived that. But it was so shameful for them that they ended up committing suicide because it was too shameful for them. So Alec is now big mad at the government for fooling him for so long and costing his parents their life. And now he's going to avenge them by attacking England directly with the GoldenEye.
And, you know, maybe getting some money in the process. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Can cover his tracks. And Bond asks, like, oh, am I supposed to feel sorry for you? It's like, no, you were supposed to die for me. So, yeah, because as we already pointed out, he probably expects him to die during that mission they were together. So he's not going to be an issue, but that's not what That's not what happened. And eventually, yeah, go ahead.
On top of all the other things that this film does so well, I like that this movie has such thematic clarity and unity. Like this is a movie very much about betrayal,
yes,
and trust and uneasy alliances, international and personal. And you juxtapose international betrayal with like personal betrayal. Like the archetype of the warring brothers is sort of like one of the cores of this movie. And then you have like two-facedness literally with Trevelyan's half-burned face, and it evokes that, I think that's a Solzhenitsyn line about the line between good and evil running down the heart of every person. And yeah, it's just a number of themes that all just come together and manifest through various things in this film. Like, I really admire it on that level.
And I know this because of a Buffy episode in, I want to say, season 2, I think. But it's Janus is the god of, like...
Two-faced Roman god, I think they say.
Like, duality, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of fun thematic, some flammery going on.
Yeah. Duality of man can feel like a bit of a cliche, but this does it right.
Yeah.
It is,
and the whole relationship with Natalia then builds on that, you know, the theme of trust. Like they're from different worlds. They don't know each other, but they're forced to trust each other, and they end up developing a relationship. And then you contrast that with Trevelyan, where, you know, they trusted each other Bond trusted him with his life. And I guess, well, I don't know. I think it's unclear how long Trevelyan has had the plans that he had. Well, I guess it was right from the beginning. Like, if, you know, given what happened to his family. In any case, just the how it explores the themes of trust and betrayal between its lead characters is really cool.
I was just going to say, it touches on the concept that Metal Gear Solid 3 revolves around quite a lot of, too, which is the idea of alliances or like loyalty to the mission versus loyalty to the people that you trust being something that can be challenged by the changing of historical times, with this being the first post-Cold War James Bond movie. It's interesting to look at, like, hey, maybe a lot of the stuff that the MI6 was doing through the Cold War is now rendered sort of irrelevant, because now that the war is over, we're having to shake hands with a lot of the people that we were running covert operations against. So what does that mean for people like MI6 agents?
Yeah. Well, Bond has enough at some point, so he gets his gun out again, but he gets tranquilized and promptly put in the helicopter that is put on self-destruct, has bombs strapped to it, one of the two. But also Natalia is in here, who's yelling for him to wake up. He's like, yeah, I'm here. And just a fun little escape from the helicopter. Where? And fucking hold your beans. I don't know why I thought of beans, but hold your beans. Or onto your seats, one of the two. Bond gets to escape with his own wits and quick thinking, saving himself and Natalia in the process. Isn't that a crazy idea for a Bond movie?
I thought, doesn't Greenway save him?
Oh yeah, He was like, oh, you took you long enough, Mr. Greenway.
But I thought,
yeah.
loser.
every single time in First Light that he's in an easily escapable situation involving an over elaborate and exotic death, he is saved by someone else.
Yeah.
It
Weird
happens like
to the one that always gets pointed out, like they set up in the opening of the game and with his skills that he can last a long time underwater, and then the ending boss tries to drown him,
Yeah.
and then he gets saved, and you're like, I thought, but didn't we? Okay,
They pointed out again while you have the fight with him. It's like, oh, top of my class with holding breaths, and then they go into the water. It's like, oh, he's just gonna outlive him underwater, obviously, and then they just both start to die. It's like, wait, no, you had your setup.
Yeah.
Where's your payoff?
because you can get something thematic there as well, right? Like a panicking, I think it's Damien was his name,
Yeah,
trying to keep them both underwater, eventually drowning while Bond's just like zen.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for him to die because he won't be able to hold him for long enough. You could have something there, but never mind. Do you think maybe that was an ending change?
maybe.
I
Could
mean,
be, yeah.
Maybe.
I heard that like the director said they originally wanted it to be an ensemble piece where you play as all of the like
Good
00
God.
students and that they changed it apparently pretty late on, and I was like, what? Like,
They could have done that if they would have
We decided
just used, Hitman gameplay that they have readily available and just do that. But never mind.
Apparently,
The
players wanted to play as Bond in the Bond game. We just couldn't see this coming.
What?
The First Light ending felt pretty flimsy and thrown together, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was, there was last minute changes.
Good
Cream.
old First Light. Good. What an experience. Anyway, they escape the thing. It explodes, but they use the big old safety eject button. And as soon as they land on the floor, they get grabbed by the Russian military because there was a big explosion. Which, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The bit with the button kind of bugs me. I don't know why he keeps missing it with his head. He does it once. Like, oh nope, that wasn't it. Swings his head again. Nope, missed it again.
Well,
It's like, come on, like you can turn your head and see where the button is.
I think
Like-
that might be a framing thing though, because I think it's probably not in a spot where it's very easy to hit with your head, just so you don't accidentally smack into it. But like, so he's trying to kind of like crane his neck in a direction that can actually hit it, or at least that's kind of what I got from it.
Right. Yeah, could be.
It's like if it was easily struck with a head, like especially if you're wearing a big helmet that you'd be wearing in a helicopter like that, if you take a harsh turn, that might be it.
They get put in like a holding cell and or like an interrogation cell. That's probably a better term for it. And before they get interrogated, Natalia tells Bond, after some pressing on Bond's side, a bit aggressive pressing, is like, tell me start with what you do know. And she tells about Boris being the inside man. He asks if there's another one. She's like, no, I don't think there's another one. And before they can continue their conversation, the defense minister comes in, Mishkin. And for a while, Bond and him just kind of fling shit at each other. Oh, what about this thing and that thing and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, stop, you're like boys with toys.
I like toys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We all do. We're boys though.
It's a very memorable line from her. Boys
Yeah,
with toys.
and
I always
as someone
remember
in chat just pointed out, he notices her watch being frozen by the EMP because she says, "Oh, I've never been there before." It's like, well, your watch spin because it's been frozen since then. And she does stop those two eventually and tells the minister that Uramov was the one who killed everybody and stole the GoldenEye, and also points out, well, there's also a second satellite. There's a second GoldenEye. And she's like, oh, would you look at that? That's insane. And then Uramov arrives. Is like, I have to disagree with this. This is my investigation. I think you're out of line. And the defense minister is like, well, you're out of line. Apparently, there's like a whole bunch of things you've been hiding from us, including a second satellite. Unfortunately, there is Bond's gun on the table, and he grabs it. And it's like, oh, do you even know who the enemy is, defense minister? Blah, blah, blah. And before he can call the guards properly, he shoots Mishkin and the one guard that's inside of here. And he's like, ooh, a bond been found in the helicopter that exploded. a technician that was on the side, and the British agent also shot 2 people with his gun. Oh, that's an easy frame. Thank you for that. So yeah, good stuff. But they escape eventually. I think he just knocks him out before he can do anything more and get the guards, which leads us to the big action / chase scene with the tank through Russia. And I mean, it's just fucking good. It starts off with them trying to escape the thing. He uses his little gadget in his belt to get over. Unfortunately, Natalia gets captured because the catwalk gives in, and she essentially falls into the other guy's hands, which now switches it a bit to an escape, a rescue mission to get her back, because she's an important asset because she has all this information, of course. And yeah, it's just he gets a fucking tank and he follows them in their shitty car, and he drives to all kinds of walls and houses and alleyways and destroys a statue. And that's just really fun. Looks really good. It's all real. There's no CGI as far as I was able to tell. It's just really fun. I don't know what really else to say about it. It's just really good, fun chase action rescue scene until they get to the big evil train they go into. Looks like a big evil train. I think they call it like a rocket safe train or something. They can't get tracked in or something. They had I think they had a term for it. I can't remember at the top of my head.
I was just gonna say though that, like, unlike, not to bring First Light up too many times, but unlike the chase scenes in First Light that constantly have Bond not in a fast Bond car but in big, slow, heavier vehicles, this one actually seems to kind of justify it and make it as entertaining despite that, even though he can't gun the tank while driving it, so he's not like shooting things with the tank, but he's going through buildings, as you were mentioning, like they turn down a narrow alleyway and he just turns down the alleyway and is just destroying buildings as he goes. It's all still very entertaining and cool, where it's not quite like, oh yeah, I guess you gotta jump in the garbage truck to race through London.
The production of this sequence is interesting. Like some of it was shot on location on the streets, and they gave the tank rubber treads so it wouldn't damage the roads and the sidewalks and stuff. And,
nice.
And a lot of the destruction was done on a set that they built. I think it was in London. And they built a bunch of shit out of like wood and polystyrene and just smashed it all up.
Nice.
I mean, they were really worried about breaking shit on location because the state of the roads was not very good.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine tanks are pretty heavy, in case you didn't know. But it's very well made. The music rules. It's just really good. Just really.
Apparently,
really
there's
good.
a bunch of outrage from audiences in Russia for like, oh, they're destroying St. Petersburg. How could they do this? But it was all the destruction, or like all the major stuff, was done on set.
They actually blew up the entire city. Oh my god!
That must
It's
have
like
been
Independence Day all over again.
How am I gonna get to work tomorrow?
It's a condemnation of Russian architecture, but a big compliment to, I guess, the Russian tank that they're using. It's apparently incredibly powerful.
But yeah.
I think one of the only there's only a few bits where they actually shot in the city. One of them is like the wider shots where they're on the riverside.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that was actually there on location.
Yeah, it's really fun stuff. Can't praise it enough, really. It's just also just looks real, obviously, because it is on location, on sets and everything. There's like no green screen goop in the background, which just makes it better every fucking time. Really, I don't know. It's just good stuff.
Yeah, even in a bad movie, I really respect it when I see practical stunts and explosions and whatever. It scores a lot of points with me immediately when I see it.
Well, eventually they try to get away on the evil train, but Bond puts the tank on the rails and he shoots the train to derail it and get onto the train. Unfortunately, Natalia gets taken hostage by Oromov pretty much immediately, and here Alec plays into the choice for Bond again. It's like, oh, are you gonna go for the mission, or are you gonna go save the girl? Because you only have enough time to kill one of us. The other one's just gonna do something. And he calls his bluff, saying that she doesn't mean anything to me. But obviously he ends up saving her first, which then leads them to being trapped inside the train with another self-destruct being active now. Pointing out that James, I'll give you the same 6 minutes you granted me, which means they have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun stuff.
I already mentioned how much I like the production design and set design, but just to touch on that again, the train is so fucking cool. I love the face on it.
Yeah, it's the evil
the
train.
black and red.
It's great.
Yeah. Right.
It's kind of almost a nice little nod to Natalia's boys with their toys comment in the previous scene.
Right.
Then
Yeah.
tank and a train. Like,
Why can't you just be a good boy and die? Yeah, someone chat just pointed that out. Well, just call him Bond Metal. I call him whatever I want, James. Fuck you. Yeah, now he's trying to get a way out of here, and he starts lasering the bottom of the train car so they can get out of there. But also, Natalia, she's not a damsel in distress. She's a useful asset. She realized, like, wait, fucking Boris is back-upping his files. I can use the spike he showed me earlier in the movie to spike him, so we can figure out where the fuck he is. And this is where she figures out well, I don't think she figures out. I think Bond says chair, right? It's not her.
Yeah, he does.
And it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. And then she follows the mechanic and figures out that he is all the way down in Cuba. And they narrowly escape just in time. And then they make out a little bit on the train tracks, as you do.
Yeah, may as well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they're there now. Yeah. Good little action scene. Another timed escape thing that's really fun. It's just I mean, we've said it before, but it just hits all the buttons. It's good memes, good stuff.
yeah, it's exciting the entire time. Lots of great stunts. All of it looks very real. And yeah, it makes me sad that movies that are made today that seem to cost far more money just look like CGI goop to do very similar scenes.
Yeah. Well, they make it to good old Cuba eventually, and they get greeted by Wade, our CIA homeboy, who just gives them a plane, and he in turn takes the BMW to get back to somewhere he can fuck off to. I guess back to base because he's with the Marines here. Yeah, he just essentially just tells them, yeah, here's the plane. I cleared this all with the FDAA and the Coast Guard. You're good to go and certified at like 6 o'clock or something. So below like 600 feet, and Natalia points out it's actually 500. Wade just does like gets them over there. It's like, did you check her out? And he does like I think he does like a little smirk. It's like head to toe, and you're like, yeah. Yeah, but he also points out that, well, you guys are looking for a satellite dish the size of a football field, which just doesn't exist here. You can't even light a cigar here in Cuba without us knowing it. It's like, oh, it's here. It's probably just going to be hidden like these things in New Zealand or something. And then he's just like, I've never been to New Zealand. How do you know about this? This is fun stuff. Yeah, he drives off. He gets told by Bond to not press any of the buttons. And they now have some time to hang out at a beach house until they're ready to go.
You got a really nice wide shot here on the beach, and it uses the reds and yellows again that run through the whole film. Like really well considered palette.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of the music in this movie. I think it was a point of contention, like even internally, like during production, like the filmmakers, I think Martin Campbell as well, needed to, like, they weren't sure about the score that was being done. Like, it was such a departure from what was done before. Obviously, nobody, like John Barry and his melodies are in a league of their own, I think. But I do really like this score. I like the use of the low pitch bells and percussion that this film is famous for and the game is famous for. And the main sort of sensitive theme that plays during this sequence, I think, is really strong.
Yeah, OST is pretty darn Gucci.
Yeah.
But now we have some time to think about how Bond maybe feel, or what he's trying to not feel, because they have some time. And Natalia goes up to Bond on the beach, points out that, hey, Alec was your friend, and now you have to kill him unless he kills you first. And she wonders how he can be so matter-of-fact and so cold. Is it to be a hero or something? Because all of the heroes she knows are dead. And when further pressing how he can be like this, like so calculating and cold, he points out that this is how he stays alive. That's what keeps him alive. And she says, well, this is what keeps you alone. And it's like, oh, shit. That's like nice and short and fucking straight to the point.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty quick and easily points out that what it essentially means to be a 00 agent for your private life, essentially. You shouldn't have any ties, no family, hence they point out, I don't know if it was like in their conversation earlier or later at the end, at the dish, that all the 00 agents are orphans, so essentially no one super close to them, because all of that would be vulnerabilities for the agent that they could be like tortured for, and give out some vital information. So it's very lonely and thankless, but it's an important job to keep England and lots of times, in extension, the whole world safe. It's just a really short and pretty heavy thing to think about for like a 00 agent. It's like, with all the pizzazz you see in the movies, like, yeah, like normally he's probably pretty lonely because he doesn't have anyone to go back home to. And it's good times.
And I was just going to mention on the point of like pacing in this movie, you could probably say that this little sequence, like the two scenes here with him and Natalia on the beach and in the hotel, are the parts you could have cut and the movie functionally wouldn't change. But they don't take that much time, and it does add a lot more like heart and character to the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, even the sort of non-essential to the plot scenes, they don't slow the movie down all that much, and they're worth they're worth their wager, you know, like what you wager in time, you get back in character.
Yeah,
I think it's a very, very good scene to have in here. It's good stuff. And then they have more sexy times, so that's also good for him.
And even here, like, you think it's just kind of a joke scene that they have. She's like, "Were you really going to kill me?" He's like, "Nope." Well, he's like, "Yep, no, I meant it." It's like lesson number one, or it doesn't say lesson number one, but they always call your bluff thing, and then that pays off in a couple scenes. So,
yeah.
Xena and Natalia are among like the strongest female Bond performances, I think, and they're both in the same movie. It was stacked in that regard.
Oh yes. Well, this is going to lead us to the final stretch of the movie. So we got a bunch of action stuff coming up here now. They make their way to the side in the plane, where they expect the installation to be, but they get shot down by a ground-to-air missile. So I guess they found their site. They crash pretty hard and get knocked out, both of them, and get only woken up by a helicopter, which Xenia is on, who attacks them immediately and puts Bond in her patented leg lock. I think this is where she says, like, this time I'm gonna make sure the pleasure is gonna be all mine. So they have
feels like such a sort of borderline video game thing of like, this is mini boss time.
This is mini boss time. Yeah, Natalia even tries to intervene when she wakes up, but she gets kind of knocked out immediately. But eventually Bond grabs the rope she rappelled down from that's still attached to the helicopter, puts it on her harness, and starts shooting the helicopter with like a machine gun, which knocks out the pilot or kills the pilot. The helicopter crashes. She gets yoinked into a tree, and I assume her spine's crushed by that, snapped in half from the weight.
Particularly poetic way to go.
Yeah, and Bond even says she always liked a good squeeze. Ayo.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice little mini boss fight, as MauLer points out here. So yeah, onto the dish we go. And on site they realize the dish has been underwater this whole time, hence they were not able to see it from any of the spy satellites they use in the Americas. And they use like the old classic reverse water, where the water goes down, but it's like the reversed. It's fun. I like that.
Some of the shots work. Some of them are. It's very obvious that it's reversed.
Yeah, there's like two of them. Where it's like, oh, that's like, yeah, okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's like, okay, how do we stop this thing? And she points out, well, there's a transmitter above the antenna. That's where you need to get to stop it fully. In the meantime, inside, Alec is talking to Boris, gives him the GoldenEye and the keys. And he's like, well, get this shit done. We have to turn that shit on. So they do, and now we are also on a time limit because we have like a couple of minutes until the satellite is aligned and London is going to be attacked by a big old EMP. Inside, they start doing shenanigans, but they are seen by the cameras because they had to slide down the dish. And all the military guys go after them. Bond tells Natalia specifically to stay put, don't move, and he starts to attack the guards. And she immediately goes to the mainframe computer, she points out a couple of seconds earlier, because that's a way how they can stop the alignment via software. So she goes that way while Bond is doing all kinds of action shenanigans there. But he puts down the iconic bombs that John pointed out earlier.
Bombs.
Yeah. Puts them down, and then he throws his gun towards them and pretends to surrender. Unfortunately for him, he gets taken to Alec, who's here, who knows all about Q Brand and all his crazy shenanigans. So one of the first things he does is take away all the shit he has on him. And when they stand there, he checks out the watch. It's like, oh, a new version. There's still the button up left here, right? And he presses it and deactivates the bombs. It's like, oh man, he's competent. Yeah. He knows what's up.
Like, well, there goes my.
Yeah, they linger on the mines having been planted after he's taken away as a get out of jail card for him, and then the movie takes that away, but then it brings back the pen, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and
even though the mine is deactivated, it's still there as an explosive charge that can be detonated. So once like the pen goes off, the fuel goes off, and then that goes off.
Yeah, and the fuel is pouring out anyway because of the shootout they've had. So there's just ignitable stuff on the floor everywhere there.
Kind of reminds me, by the way, like, you know, having this little bit in here that they incorporate and weave, right? Him being aware of Q Branch, but you wouldn't even need that necessarily in a lot of stuff where the good guy never gets his shit taken off him. One of the most baffling ones that happens all the time is Batman will be captured or knocked out, and they'll leave him in his full gear.
Yeah.
Like, you know, other people, utility belts or literally fucking wallet, Swiss Army knife, whatever have you. It's just like, you got to work a little harder for why they can have these things. And sometimes it is as simple as, oh, it was in the heel of their shoe. There you go.
Yeah.
That's just something they didn't check. You know, I'm fine with that. But this, like, they incorporate it into the storytelling, and it like actually has benefits, but it also just rewards those pieces of character. And I don't know, man. It annoys me because it's something called like it's like the consequences of your logic, basically.
Mm.
That a lot of people never take into account when they say these things. To give an example, I know we're not mentioning First Light, okay, but you know how like the driving sequences, it's a fucking Bond action stealth game. Who cares about the driving sequences? That's like complaining about gun sequences in Forza. And it was like, you understand the consequences of your logic are that if they had a great car sequence, that you'd be like, you'd have to then be like, what are you doing? Putting a good car sequence in this? What's wrong with you?
Right.
So like when you generate that kind of scale. So for example, I could totally see someone being like, who fucking cares if Bond gets captured and they leave him with all of his gadgets, his guns, his fucking armor, everything? Why? Who cares? It's fine. It's like, well then you'd have to dock points out of GoldenEye for trying to account for it. Like,
Yeah.
you silly movie, what are you doing? You don't need to do this.
Right.
And that annoys me. I just it's the way it works with scaling stuff, I think, and it's why certain points almost don't get awarded because of the fact that we're trying so desperate to I guess defend stuff that we enjoy even if it's got like silly flaws in it, instead of just being like, yeah, that's a stupid flaw and it shouldn't be there, but whatever, it's fine. We'll move on. Which, you know, we've been over. This movie has a few of those.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's fine to point them out. That's just a thing that happens. And if they're there and the movie is still good, we're still gonna point it out. It's just how it works. It's fine to point out flaws and agree with that.
Doesn't Casino Royale also address this by stripping him naked? Yeah, that'll probably do it. It's like, damn it. I got one more gadget left. You're not gonna find it.
I hit it in the tip of my shaft.
Well, but I mean, I think then it's like to kind of call back the Angry Joe stuff we were talking about at the beginning of the stream is like also the idea is like, yeah, Supergirl is a bad movie, but also all of you are like criticizing it for reasons that are wrong because you're bad. It's like, wait, hold on. Why are you defending this? Like, is it because you just want it to be better than it is, but don't actually have any arguments? So you're just like, you people are evil?
It's like the thing where they need something to be good so they can dunk back at someone. I think Nick put it like that in his coverage that I watched yesterday. It's like, no, it's not actually about the actual thing that's in the media. It's just, can I use this to dunk back at the people that I don't like? It's like, yeah, it's just not how you should do it. That's not the point of what you do. Or at least it shouldn't be. It's cringe.
Like, I wanted First Light to be good. I wanted that to be a game that I really, really liked because it was made by the people who made a bunch of games that I like. It's based on a property I like, but it's not good.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pretend it's good just because I like Bond and I like IOI. Like, you know, it's okay to actually be honest about how things are.
Yep.
Also, being honest about how things are, I'm gonna have to jump to another place in order to fulfill another obligation that I had apparently promised. But hey, it's been I didn't realize it's been 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 40 minutes. How do we do that so fast?
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh wait, 2 hours and
2
30
hours.
minutes. Sorry,
Yeah.
but still, I was hoping I could get to the end of the movie. We're nearly there.
Yeah, it's only like 15 minutes of movie left. We almost done it. But yeah. I mean, yeah, no worries. Thanks for joining. It's been actually like fucking long ass time when you were. I don't even know what the last coverage was that you were on. I think I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I need to check. But
we'll try and fit some more in where we can.
yeah.
So,
But that's like the problem when we
God.
cover the same
Scheduling.
stuff on a weekend. It's just kind of pointless. But
Go
I guess
grab
we
some
do have-
oldies.
yeah.
We have 2 more Bond movies coming up and 2 of the worst possible Terminator movies. And
Oh yeah, we still need to finish the Terminator ones. Oh god, the bad ones, the really bad ones are coming up. Oh shit. But yeah.
Just assuming you're doing Genesis and Dogfight, huh?
yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah,
figure
those
out which
are-
one's worse.
those
I
are-
know that. I know which one a lot of people settle with, but I still think it's sometimes a bit of a fight as to which one is worse.
Yeah.
I think my answer to that is like which one's worse, Genesis or Dark Fate? Yes.
Yes. But
Might come down to which one pisses you off more, you know. But yes, have fun and you know just keep on going on the little Bond journey because it's all kinds of fun.
it has been really fun, yeah. So yeah, don't let us keep you. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining.
Mwah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Take care, man.
What a nerd. Got him.
Thank you.
Now you guys are stuck with me.
Oh,
Sorry, chat.
Not again. Are you gonna say now that you actually hate this movie?
Now I can be honest.
Now I can.
Angry Joe's smart.
Yeah. Right. Well, we don't have that much left, so we should be good anyway. Yeah, they just kind of have a little talk here now. It's actually kind of funny because I've seen this room. I was like, I remember this room from speedruns I've seen in the past from GoldenEye. This looks really familiar, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun.
Well, it's a testament to Rare for just like nailing the environments on like, relatively low end hardware.
Yeah.
I think when the environment is shown so well in the source material, like as we were kind of talking about this being like very clearly real sets that have a distinct look to them. None of the sets in this movie look the same as another location in the movie, even though this is the second computer like GoldenEye lab that we've been in. It doesn't look anything like the one from the beginning of the movie. And yeah, it's like that art style can translate to, that art design can translate to a bunch of different styles and still be recognizable.
Yeah. This room was a bitch on 00 Agent. I remember that.
So like I was fiddling around with the not the original N64 version, but the Xbox Rare Replay version of GoldenEye around the time when we were doing First Light. I could not finish the first level on 00 Agent because I couldn't figure out how to deactivate all the alarms. I don't know what this game wants from me. It's playing that first damn mission and I mean damn in both senses of the word, DAMN and DAM, because it is at a dam and it's a damn mission. But I was like, I don't know how to deactivate these alarms. I see alarms everywhere and I'm shooting them and that doesn't seem to do anything. And
yeah,
I'll figure it out eventually.
Nice. Well, everybody is in the room now. Natalia is getting brought in here eventually after Alec and Bond start kind of dunking on each other. It's like, oh, genius plan, getting all this money onto your bank account, then use the big EMP to just nuke the record so nobody will ever know. And Alec just keeps saying like, oh, you always been thinking small. This is also going to nuke all the registries and tax records and everything. There's going to be a massive collapse in finances worldwide. And was like, oh, good job. Only all of this to set a little medal from 50 years ago. And I think Alec points like, yeah, I'm going to pay it back with, inflation adjusted for 1945 or something. So it's a fun little line there.
Yeah.
But Alec also holds his own. It's like, if we're doing stop with all this Freud, he says. That's the line I was looking for. I could also say, is all this vodka martini, is that gonna silence all the voices of people you killed and all the women you couldn't protect, like stuff like that. So I have a little back and forth here. I assume from Bond, he just goes into it so he can have some more time to figure out a way out. And eventually Natalia gets brought in, and Boris like, oh, Natalia, like, he's like, oh, I'm so happy to see you. And she just knocks him out, just knocks him over. It's like, you piece of shit, traitor. Which makes him drop the pen he was fiddling with, and he ends up getting the grenade pen into his hand, and he keeps like fiddling with it, pressing the thing, but he only presses like twice every time, and then just moves it around more. So yeah, the setup is coming. The setup was there. The payoff is about to happen. And they get more and more annoyed because Natalia at the mainframe computer turned off the machine or the tracking that aligns with London. And he's like, I can break the code, but fuck, you so everybody's like tense, holding weapons at each other, and he's like, oh, Natalia, just fucking tell me the codes and everything. And while he gets up, he goes like 1, 2, 3. And it's like 1, 2, 3, and at the 3-second mark or something, he
kicks the pen,
smashes the pen or kicks the pen into the liquid, all the fuel, it explodes, and all kinds of chaos ensues, and they start getting away. It's just really well edited as well. It's like frantic. It goes back and forth between everyone. Bond is looking at the pen. Alec is looking at Boris to just figure the shit out. He's holding the gun. It's a very intense situation, especially
It's
with
worth
Bond
noting-
knowing what's going on with the pen.
It's worth noting too that Natalia, like Boris, didn't think of her as being as important to Coder because she just dealt with the guidance system, and
Yeah.
more so than moving it away from London, she actually changed it so that the satellite was just going to go like into Earth,
Mhm.
like burn up the atmosphere.
right,
And get
yeah.
so, like
I almost
yeah,
wanted
it's
to
like
point
the
out.
guidance system is her thing, but you can destroy a satellite if you can fuck with its guidance system. So sorry, Boris, but
Yeah.
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 Yeah, really good scene again. And then they get into an elevator up to where the satellite dish is and also the receiver they talked about earlier. They do a nice little ruse where Natalia plays dead in the elevator while Bond is hanging at the ceiling and they knock out the guy. It's just kind of fun. In the lab, everything is just exploded and on fire. Boris just trying to break the code. Alec tells like a random guy to kill him if he moves. And it's like, he just, I don't know why it's so funny. He just looks at the guy with the gun. He's like, okay, fine. Just keeps going. Yeah, and this just ends up being like the final, the big boss fight. The big old boss fight. Alec chases him up there with like a little gondola he uses to get up. They shoot their machine guns. They end up in a box where the receiver is, or I don't even know. It's like a shed that's like there with like utility stuff in it. I guess they have like a little 1v1 in there. Before they're both in there though, Bond gets like a pipe or something and blocks the mechanism that turns the satellite dish. So again, just a lot of quick thinking going on, making time, all that good stuff. Yeah, just a pretty intense hand-to-hand combat fight going on there. Just a lot of punches and headbutts and everything. It's just a good fight. It's a really good fight.
Yeah, very high tension all throughout. I love the leading up to that, the close quarters fight, that stunt where he sort of flips down the ramp while he's getting shot at.
Oh yeah.
And like, I mean, they obviously had a stunt guy for that, but I mean, I wince every time I see that. It's like, holy shit, that looks painful.
Yeah, it probably sucked.
Yeah.
But eventually, Alec actually gets the gun they're fighting over and holds it at him. And Bond ends up he kicks like a lever, which opens a hatch, and he just kind of quickly goes down a ladder, which he holds onto. And then they have their last one-on-one on the ladder. It's just kind of fun. They just kind of do a little flip and everything. He holds on, lands on the satellite dish part, and Alec eventually tumbles a little bit, and he holds on. He's like, for England, James? And he says, no, for me, and just lets him go. And he falls down to his death, ? He's still kind of alive when we see him last there.
But Bond, you said you weren't going to make it personal. That's a contradiction in the film.
True.
The fighting is really good. I think there's only one, maybe two shots where it's a stunt guy in the fist fight. They both did a lot of their own stunts, which is really cool, and you really feel all the blows in this fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's really well done. And then the way that it sort of comes to a head on the ladder, it's just like nail biting, actually. Like, even still, like the way he flips down the ladder and he's just hanging on for dear life is just crazy.
Yeah.
That ladder flip, I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Really lucky that he didn't get caught in a gust of wind at that moment.
Yeah, that's fucking gnarly stunt.
Yeah. Yeah, all around, pretty great ending sequence here. High tension, lots of great camera work. It's pretty sensical all over the place. It's just really good stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. I know I keep saying it, but this movie is just really, really good. So fuck you. I'll say it again.
Yeah,
great use of music. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your joke.
No, it's all right.
I love the the chase theme is like you don't hear it at any other part in the movie. It's like a distinct theme for the chasing across the antenna, and then it gets the music gets a bit somber towards the end when they're fighting on the tip, and there's like an element of tragedy to it, obviously, because it's like brothers fighting. It's really good use of music on top of everything else.
Yeah. Well, the whole satellite dish collapses, which also destroys the lab, and we see Boris. He's still alive somehow, and he goes like, "I'm invincible!" And then there's like some
liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, liquid nitrogen that explodes. I'm gonna show the final picture here on screen because it's pretty funny. I am invincible, and then he's just frozen. He got the T2 treatment. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Boris will return as the Incredible Nightcrawler.
At some point earlier, I mentioned that I thought Pierce was really good at sort of just emoting intensity and pain just under the surface. But in that moment where he lets Alec go, it becomes clear just how fucking angry he was with 006 when he realized 006 had betrayed him like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. And yeah, we've saved the day. Isn't that nice? Fucking great. And then they're kind of lying on the grass. It's like, come on, boy, James, are you alright? It's like, yeah. And then they start making. I was like, oh, what if someone is watching? It's like, oh, don't worry, no one is here anywhere close. And then Wade comes in.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimbo. That's tobacco blinds beer. I say that be here, right? It's like, oh, you're a bit late, right? And it's like, no. And he says, yo, Marines. And it's like 40, 50 Marines just in camouflage lying all around them. That's a pretty fun little ending touch here. It's like, hey, maybe you'd like to finish your debriefing in Guantanamo. And then they fly away with the helicopter, and the movie ends. Nice little fun ending here with the Marines. Good stuff. And yeah, awesome movie. Awesome movie. I love it. I really do love it. It's really good.
Yep. It's arguably one of the biggest turning points in the entire Bond run. And like it was said before, a lot of time had passed between this one and the last one, and a lot of things had changed in the world too. So this movie was sort of lightning in a bottle. Could have easily gone south.
Yeah.
But they fucking nailed it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like it from top to bottom. I mean, again, we pointed a couple of tisms out here and there, but none of them are like completely breaking the movie. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Go watch it if you haven't seen this before, like I have. Don't wait any longer. I'm sure. I wish I would have watched it earlier because it's really good, and it's currently my favorite Bond film, like easily. I'm curious if that would change with any of the other ones, but I kind of doubt it. This one is really fucking good.
Yeah, I think I'm confident in calling it my favorite of the ones that we've rewatched too. The thing with Bond movies is that there's so many of them, I often will like second guess myself if I'm saying that this one is my favorite. And part of me always thought that maybe I leaned GoldenEye a bit more heavily because like it's the first one I saw in theaters, and as I think Drinker was kind of saying, like I think he and I are roughly around the same age, that like that's kind of the Bond of our generation, like growing up. And yeah, but no, this is really good. It holds up well.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really.
I always found it fascinating that this and the video game both stood as like titans in their own like industries, but they go hand in hand. Movie tie-in games are famous for being dog shit.
Yeah.
This is like that game is fucking legendary.
I do need to replay that. I haven't played that since it probably came out or something. I don't know. Probably not when it came out. It probably came out like in '96. That would have been 5 years. I doubt I played it then.
Well,
Yeah.
I still don't love how it controls. It does run better playing it on like an modern Xbox as opposed to on an N64, but I'm still hoping that they get that decompiled port finished soon, because I feel like playing that thing with a mouse and keyboard is going to make me enjoy it a hell of a lot more than I've enjoyed while playing on Xbox with no gyro controls. And I realize that gyro controls are kind of ruining me for playing first-person shooters on a controller without them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Cause I mean, it's tank controls, and you do rely on that auto aim, but like it always feels really intuitive to me still because I just played it so extensively when it came out. I've yet to play the native PC build of it with mouse and keyboard controls. That'll be
It's
interesting to
not
try.
finished yet. Perfect Dark's done though, and Perfect Dark controls beautifully.
Ooh.
Cool. I figured that would be the harder one to
You'd think, right?
port over. Yeah.
Well, again, go watch this movie. It's fantastic. And if you don't, you are a bad person. There, I said it. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I would just go through the super chats then.
I think that's about it. Yeah.
Stream Halo Mootle. I'll stream the Halo game on Tuesday when it releases. I know people keep forgetting, but the game is not out yet. Actually, still pre flames. But yeah, I will play it. Don't worry. Anyway, Slumpy with the $5. Thank you very much. Okay, taps heals 3 times. Mixtape with the $5.
I believe I've caught all the mixtape ones. We're now, I'll quickly do the math here. We're at $95 towards the $400 make Marc play mixtape goal.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, keep in mind, put them in there and go watch Marc streams and give him money for mixtape. Do it.
Yeah.
Still
a little bit of work on that though. I did play the new Marvel fighting game though yesterday, and yeah, I might do Halo this week. I don't know. I'll see if I feel like it because I'm not hearing a lot of great stuff about the game. I do like Halo a lot, so it might not be a bad one for me to play just because I'll be in a decent spot to criticize it. But like, I don't know. It's expensive here.
I'm not looking forward to playing that.
I'm waiting for the standard release, but almost everything that I've seen and heard about it has been a disappointment.
Yeah. Well, Skyver with the $5. Thank you very much. For a moment, I mistook this stream as EFAB. Then it hit me who the hosts are. One cursed with situational disability. Also, GoldenEye is great rat. Yes.
And I have an actual disability.
True. 5 Rocks from Solar Dragon, 007. Thank you very much. Martin Campbell saved the franchise twice with GoldenEye and again with Casino Royale. Yeah, from what I've heard, that seems to be true. Yeah.
That is fucking cool that he came back into the fray with Casino Royale, which, I mean, I don't know how warm you guys are on the Craig movies overall, but I really like Casino Royale.
I need to rewatch them. I barely remember them, if at all.
I like some of Skyfall, and that's pretty much it.
Right.
LC Lapin with the $5. Thank you very much. I love Pierce Brosnan's tenure as Bond. I'm usually against bringing back aged actors to reprise roles, but I think he could pull off an old Bond film. I think so too. Yeah, I think it would be awesome, especially if we would get a good script, obviously. M8 with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Solar Dragon 007 with another $10. Thank you. I wish they'd let Bond smoke again. The character isn't meant to be a role model or traditional hero. He's a cold, ruthless, blunt instrument of the British state. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he would smoke. Obviously.
I think Martin Campbell had a peeve about smoking.
Oh,
and,
okay.
like he was so adamant about like not wanting him to smoke. Honestly, I think that fits better too. Like if he's constantly running around and being in tip-top shape, like I wouldn't be smoking cigarettes if I was in that position.
Yeah, so a trade-off for a better director, I think. Yeah, I'm willing to give up the smoking for.
Yeah.
Another 5 from LC Lapin, thank you. Also, while the movie is clearly worthy of praise, the GoldenEye N64 game was also fascinating to see how it became a cornerstone in multiplayer gaming. Yeah, that's a memory of a lot of people back in the day doing split screen arena shooting with that game.
It was the first big console multiplayer first-person shooter.
Yeah.
The development is really interesting because that team of people that put that together were very inexperienced, but somehow they managed to figure it all out.
They went from Donkey Kong Country to GoldenEye 007.
That's insane.
Right.
Cyber Leader with the £5, thank you. Is Bond getting an evaluation to rejoin MI6 in this movie supposed to be a tie into License to Kill where he went rogue? I think it's the evaluation because M just took over, and he just she just wanted to see if he's fit, I guess, in some way. The thing is, we don't really know what the evaluation exactly entails too, or if that one actually counted because he just slept with the evaluation lady. But I would think it would be of just M wanting to check on their agents. $5 from Solar Dragon, thank you. Fun fact, the title GoldenEye is based on the name of Ian Fleming's summer home in Jamaica, where he wrote the Bond novels. Really? Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
I know that.
I think this is the first film in the whole series to not draw from the original novels anymore. But there is that link to the author. That was the name of his property, yeah.
Nice. We got $5 from Ray Pittler. Hello. Thank you. And another one from Ray Pittler. Hello, I'm Ray Pittler and I approve this message. No, I don't. I hate you. Fuck you. Hashtag mixtape.
Yes, I added that one to the mixtape fund also.
Very good. Another 5 from Solar Dragon, thank you. In the novels, Felix Leiter gets a prosthetic arm and leg after getting mauled by sharks. Not sure why they didn't just bring him back for GoldenEye. That would be fun, actually, yeah.
Stealing my thing. Not the arm. I have both hands.
Let's see. Another 2 from LC Lapin, thank you. Valentine's death in The World Is Not Enough got me. Well,
Spoilers.
I haven't seen that, but yeah. $5 from Joey Bag of Donuts, thank you. Brosnan Bond runs the gambit. GoldenEye, perfect. Tomorrow Never Dies, good. The World Is Not Enough, okay. Die Another Day, bad. Just very bad. I have no idea.
Die Another Day it's almost comically bad though.
Oh, okay.
I'd sort of have to spoil the reason why, but yeah, let's just say the main villain is not what he seems.
I like how that Joey Bag of Donuts is a reference to Dom Herrera, who's a big, I'm a big fan of his. He's a great stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. $2 from Peepo Sus. New Black Panther is 5'9" and barely has any muscle. Good.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad they announced Black Panther 3, which now tells me they're not going to reboot anything. They're going to keep going, and it's going to be shit.
Title, but I do think recasting T'Challa is probably a good idea. It's the guy who was the android in Alien Romulus, which I hated. I hated that character. I hated that movie, but I did like him in The Long Walk. He is also in that film, and he's pretty good in it.
I forgot about that movie. Maybe.
Not a terrible actor. He just was in a bad film.
Right.
Got $5 from Black Soul Odin, thank you. Got here super late. Will you, or did you, touch upon the game? You know, GoldenEye, based off the movie of the same name, GoldenEye. Aha, nice little Fringy video reference there. Gotcha. I gotcha. I mean, we talked about it a little bit here and there. I mean, to properly talk about it, we'd need to replay it, but we are all well aware of how iconic that game is, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was not much of a fan of it growing up. I think I've told this story a few times, but I was a PC first-person shooter player at the time and was playing Quake 2 and had to go to school, and I was probably like, 7th grade or something like that. Had my elementary school friends saying like, oh yeah, Quake sucks. You should come to our place and play GoldenEye. GoldenEye's like way better. And then I get over there and play, it's like 15 frames a second, and I'm like, guys. I was like, you definitely not played Quake.
Right.
Joy Big of Donuts with another $2 for England, James. No, for me. Best Bond line? ? It's pretty good. I don't know. I'm far away from having seen all the movies, so I don't know. But I think it's a good line here. Yeah,
it's a top contender at least.
Yeah, you can safely call it one of the best, and I think that I'd at least safely say it's. Well, I mean, granted, I haven't rewatched Casino Royale or On Her Majesty's Secret Service recently, but assuming it clears those two, I think it's probably safe to say that it is my favorite Bond movie, because the ones that we've watched have been my favorite from each actor.
No, I'll see. There you go. M8 with the $20. Thank you very much. Hail GoldenEye. What a fantastically entertaining film. Put Bond back on the map and spawned one of the most groundbreaking FPS games ever made. It's in my 3 favorite movies alongside The Mummy and Lord of the Ring. Nice. Also, Marc, mixtape.
Oh, this was Lumpy's last one?
M8.
Oh, okay, wait.
That's a
oh, it was
21.
Oh, okay, no, I did get that one.
And then
I've been on.
Yeah.
I said I've been on a top
okay.
of the tape.
Another 5 from M8. Gold Bond is best Bond. Goldfinger, the man with the golden gun, and golden eye. There's a lot of gold, yeah.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Another 2 from Joey Bagger Donuts. Thank you. Casino Royale, good movie, bad Bond movie. Interesting. I have no idea. I need to rewatch it. I cannot tell you, but you might be onto something. And then Slumpy with the $5. Is John going to play Halo with the speech assist on? Also mixtape funds.
Yes, only if it's Microsoft, Sam.
Oh, or does it default to having speech assist on? Is that what that's?
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's all on, and then you have to turn it off.
Marvel Tokon did that too, or at least the beta. I was like, wait, like why is it reading all the on-screen text to me off the bat? Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
the excuse from them is just like, well, if you are disabled, how are you gonna know to navigate to turn it off? And it's like people have been managing for quite a while to get through it.
How are you playing video games?
Yeah,
I feel like there's not too many people full-blown blind that can play games, right?
Yeah.
It comes off as a little too. It comes off a little virtue signally to me when they have the sheer amount of accessibility options turned on. It's like our game is for everybody. It's like they're trying a little too hard.
Funny thing is, my work laptop, the software they have on there that you have to start before you get into the actual Windows, that started doing that one time when they updated it. I fucking almost shat my pants. I just turn on my PC, as I usually do, go to the kitchen to fucking make a coffee, and suddenly that fucking thing starts talking. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Where's this coming from?
Yeah, it's like a trend now. Yeah.
Especially because it wasn't a thing before. Like, they updated. It just started happening. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Microsoft Sam says, swah, 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 swah. Metal, you're gonna do a stream on the Furious. Seems like good rat to me. We might have that on the back burner for like an empty slot or something. I haven't watched it yet, but I still intend on watching it.
I have. I like it. It's good. It's fun.
Nice. Skynet got Moodle. Yes. But yeah, those were the super chats. Thank you very much for the support. Appreciate it as always. Thank you. And yeah, before we head out of here, the other ones have already left us. Their links are obviously down below. Go check them out. John, what are you up to? You doing some crazy streaming arc at the moment?
No, I've been taking it easy for a while. I've been not feeling too good, but I'm feeling better now.
Awesome.
And probably come back to streaming once Halo comes out. That'll be my next thing. I'm working on a campaign evolved RB in the Chief as well. Yeah, I got like half of that written, so now I'm waiting to play it for the other half.
Yeah, right. Makes
sense. RB in the Chief, but it's made in Unreal Engine.
Wait, Drinker is a streamer? He streams like every week, yeah. I guess that would count. But yeah, obviously find the link down below. There's always fun stuff over there. Marc, you started streaming again. That's good.
Yeah.
What you doing?
But yesterday I played the open beta, the new Marvel fighting game. That if you go to my VODs, there is about 27 minutes of black screen while I was trying to get the thing to actually work. It eventually did work though, and yeah, it's good. It's a pretty fun game. There's just a lot of accessory applications that are running while you're playing it that I hear have been really tasking performance for a lot of people. It makes it so that you can't run it on Linux. It requires a PlayStation Network login, despite the fact that I'm playing on Steam. So I think it's a pretty good game, but I think that Sony was not the best publisher for it. But we'll see how it does. It comes out in a couple weeks. I might stream Campaign Evolved. I guess I got to just decide whether or not I think it would be worthwhile to actually, spend the money in order to play it, because not hearing a lot of good stuff, but it might be what people want to see. So, I might bite the bullet and then hope it turns out to be a worthwhile investment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, though.
Well.
Nothing super scheduled or serious, just casually popping on from time to time.
Good. Well, as for me, I'll be streaming Halo Campaign Evolved on a Tuesday. I might jump into it immediately with Legendary. We'll see. But yeah, definitely gonna stream it then, because that's when the game releases. I also off work next week, so I'll probably have a bunch of time to go through that late into the evening. So that should be fun for someone out there, possibly everyone besides me. Yes, restore all crash tabs. Thank you, Chrome. YouTube is very awesome. And yeah, I'm just gonna hopefully finally be able to record that stupid first light video. Funny enough, I've got some new things I was able to add to the script / the notes after watching about 2 more Bond movies, because there's some good comparisons in there that you can use in there. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do that and then start editing and just more streams and all that good stuff. And I guess next week is unfortunately gonna be Marvel slop, because Spider-Man is coming out. So yeah.
Are we still talking about GoldenEye? Spider-Man's coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man is coming out. And that's going to be on Sunday, which probably means I have to watch that movie hungover on Saturday. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. That's that.
I guess I'm gonna factor that into my week too. Like actually going to the theater and watching it.
Yeah.
Sorry, puppy. You're going to be alone.
But
Poor puppy.
yeah. Thank you all for hanging out, talking about GoldenEye and good stuff. Appreciate it. We are out of here. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and we all see you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you,
Thanks for
everybody.
the invite, guys.
Of
Thanks,
course.
chat.
Thanks for coming with us, John.
Goodbye.